Oh, good. What?
Oh,
Why?
Ginny's
What?
got a reason to wait.
What?
And
Oh.
I haven't unmuted us, which I have now.
See what you did there.
Okay.
See what you did. Yes, indeed. Do.
We're gonna stop that, Stu. We're gonna put that. We're gonna nip that in the bud. Okay, mate.
Oh, blah, blah, blah.
There we go.
Can we sound clip that?
I don't think I'm sound clipping that, but thank you for the offer.
The first one was more natural, to be fair, because I didn't really think about it. Just saying. If you want to do
just
it.
be in the moment, like let yourself.
Well,
go.
the first one was in the moment. Second one, I
Yeah,
kind
I
of
know.
just
That's what I'm
Ginny
saying.
told me
Don't
not
bother
to.
with the second one. Yeah.
I know.
So why did you decide to do it when Ginny told you?
Because Ginny told me not to, and that's what I do.
Don't give me
No.
$100. I can't figure out the psychology of yours. All right, Ginny, is there any reason to wait now?
No, you can go ahead now.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Here we go.
You've told us this story many times.
And you'll hear it again.
Welcome, yo, to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, other fellas will tell you about every single game we played this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Jimmy's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Forget about the pitch. When do we get the freaking gun?
It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
Thank you, good night, much love.
It's the veteran gamers.
I won't change my mind, because I don't have to. Because I'm an American.
You require a 3-bedroom bisexual house share in Walthamstow. Is that correct?
You gotta be that f***ing diamond in the rough. But the only way to become that diamond is by dedication, practice, and doing the shit that other people are too lazy to do.
Are you that diamond in the rough, Stu?
I
Are you willing
am.
to do the things that no one else will do?
I'm totally willing.
Can I explain?
Like start the show.
Can I explain where that
Yeah.
diamond in the rough sound effect came from? Because I don't think,
In case people don't know.
many people.
This is a lot. It's quite a while ago now, isn't it? That you came across that.
We will be starting in just a second.
I think I saw some YouTuber or maybe it's a cringe video or something where this guy was like talking about. I think it was about CS:GO, and you know he was talking about how you can be an elite CS:GO player, and he was really.
And I assume
like,
he was an elite CS:GO player.
sure,
right?
whatever. And then
We'll go with that.
and he was like giving this advice, which isn't bad advice, you know. Like you've got
It's
to be
just
willing.
generic advice.
You've got to be willing to stand out. You've got to be willing to stay on task.
To put in the work.
To be the diamond in the rough. To put in the work. To just get it done. Not terrible advice in general.
Nope.
But then I put the music of Inception behind it, and it just seemed to just. No, it's Inception, and then it just
Inception, you're right.
seems to just take on this life of its own. And I thought, I'll put this together, and I'll never hear this ever again.
And now Ginny hears it once a week.
And I hear it once a week, and I just can't. It's very strange what what Eric picks like as a sound effect. Sometimes like I'll say I'll pick that as a sound effect, and he will. But sometimes he'll just be like, oh, this random thing like that no one gives a shit about. Only
I'm not
Eric.
going to get interrupted by stupid sound effects.
Yeah, I mean that's just practical. That one.
Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes they make absolutely no sense.
Welcome, please, enormous genitals.
All right,
Can we cut the condescending crap and play the game?
let's do this thing.
I should introduce the show, shouldn't I? So welcome.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Welcome to episode 610 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yay, 610. Welcome,
Yeah,
amigos.
Everybody.
hello.
Amigos.
It's another week.
Amiga.
Friends would rhyme, so that's why I was these days when I'm saying something, I'll go right up to the rhyme and then pivot and say something else.
Pivot.
Yeah.
See if anybody recognizes that I was going to rhyme and then chose not to.
Pivot.
Swivel.
No, you see, that's a Friends reference.
Friends reference.
Oh,
Friends
I don't know that
reference.
reference, but swivel is a Parks and Recreation reference. So
There you
we're
go.
all quoting TV, people. That's what. Welcome to the Veteran Gamers, where we quote a lot of TV.
Indeed. Talking of TV, that's
Perfectly
brought
level
me on
flying is the
nicely.
supreme challenge of the scale model pilot.
Sorry, you were saying, Stu?
Talking to TV, I watched a new TV show this week, and I was rather
You watched
impressed.
a new TV show. Is it the Adventure Time episodes that are on HBO?
No, it isn't. But it was a work recommendation. Someone at work said, "Oh, you should watch this. It's really funny." Right? And I'm
What
like,
was it?
do you know? I've not watched something where I've belly laughed. You know, I thought, "Oh God, that's proper funny."
Was it the
can't remember.
Was it the 9/11 documentary?
No, it wasn't.
No.
Gee.
Too soon, Chinny.
Is
Yeah,
it?
too soon, Ginny.
Is it?
Too soon.
20 years.
Wow.
No, the anniversary was yesterday, though.
All right.
Yeah.
That's why it's too soon, you
Jeez.
monster. Did you not remember that? You said
I'm
you'd
not
never
making
forget.
fun of 9/11. I'm making
No,
fun.
I know. It's the knock
Wow.
knock joke. Knock knock.
Who's that?
Who's
9/11.
9/11. Who?
You said you'd never forget.
I see. Yeah.
Wow.
It's not a bit.
It's the joke about
Stu, it's not
the structure of jokes.
I'm not making fun of 9/11.
hot?
Maybe
Wow.
it's best if we continue moving off of
Let's
it.
just move on to.
I'm gonna name the
Stu,
episode.
You watched the show. I heard you watched the show.
I'm gonna
Stu.
name the
I
episode
did.
9/11.
Wow.
No.
I did. Yeah. I did watch a show, and it was as funny as I was
Yes,
told.
now's
so,
when you say the name of the show.
And the name of this show is Ted Lasso.
Oh, I've heard good things. Please don't tell me anything about it. 'Cause I
Fraser
want to go into
Fraser
it
loves
fresh.
this show.
It's
Everybody I know
absolutely
who's seen it loves
brilliant.
it. So I
And-
want
and
to
it's
see it. I
not-
really like Jason Sudeikis, who plays Ted Lasso.
It's not only good, right? Because it's funny, but it's good because it's kind of got a bit of a
heartwarming.
squishy center.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The likable characters as well as being
Yes.
funny, and I think that's what makes a good TV show.
I agree, and I'm glad to see the upswing because for a while, a lot of comedy shows, like kind of starting with The Office, but also Arrested Development and some others like that, were reveling in the terribleness of the characters, and that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it gets exhausting wherever. Like, Veep is the best example of just wallowing in the horribleness. Nobody on that show is decent, and the people who are halfway decent, like, stand out as paragons of virtue, and it just gets exhausting and annoying to just have every episode be like, these people are terrible, terrible, terrible. And comedy writers are starting to realize, I think, that you don't have to make everybody terrible. In
No,
order to make it
you know what I
funny.
think it is. I don't. Is Ted Lasso an American show?
No, it's a British show with an American in it.
And is he like a football manager? Is that something? Is that?
He is.
Yeah.
He's an American football
Well,
coach. who
I
comes
can't
to
speak
the
for
UK
that
to
show.
manage a
I
Premiership
can't
team.
speak for that
That's
show.
the
But
plot.
I feel like a lot of British comedies is centered around just misery and despair.
Faulty Towers certainly is.
And like and it's very British to never win, right? That's kind of like that's just, you know, I was having this conversation about like you know, I'm playing snooker and stuff, and some people have snooker coaches and some people don't, and in America, like to have coaching is like it's just fine. Do you know what I mean? Like but in Britain it's like, oh, you're having coaching, like what you doing?
It's
And then
considered a
in
badge of
British
dishonor to
comedy,
get
so
coaching.
more recent British comedy like Staff Lets Flats or People Just Do Nothing or This Country, they're losers. They're all losers and horrible as well. Like they have some redeeming features. They're not terrible people, but they're very similar to David Brent, where they're kind of harmless but also tits and like
bad at their jobs.
And the People Just Do Nothing. They're just kind of like idiots that kind of never win ever.
I mean, I guess since about 1947, that's just been the British
That's just
trend,
the
huh?
British, and it's very British to sort of not do well. And if you are doing well, it's very British to sort of put them down. Whereas America are much better at. So I feel like American comedy shows turn the whole. You know, I mean, you probably read the thing about the British office, the American office, and then the first season of the American office. He's very much like the British one, and no one liked Michael Scott. He's very unlikable. And then he turned into this kind of softer character on purpose because American audiences just can't stand. I mean, I don't. Well, the Office
Can't
the
deal,
British-
man. They
Yeah,
can't
but the
deal.
British Office is only 2 seasons, right? Like, there's a reason
we
why.
revel in the misery.
But-
we revel in the misery of
But
it.
but Extras is also full of misery, and
Yeah.
Derek I think is when he kind of pulled it back because it was
I
like
hated Derek.
But I hated
Oh,
Derek.
Derek's
Yeah.
I
awesome.
hated
Well, you're
Derek.
all wrong.
It
Well,
just
I don't
wasn't
hate.
funny.
I don't hate Derek. I don't. But I
well,
do.
it's not trying to just be funny. That's the thing. When Ricky Gervais wants to just be funny, he'll go into Extras and he'll just be like, terrible. He sucks. He's selling his soul, and the whistle blows. Like, oh, you having a laugh? but
I
then
don't
he
think
wanted
he-
to
I
salvage
think-
some heart in Derek, and I think he
I
did a
guess,
great job.
but I think for me with Derek, because
You
I've
just don't
worked
have a
in
heart. That's why you.
no, I've worked
Correct.
in those environments, and they're not like that. It wasn't.
Well,
it
no, of
wasn't
course not. I
reflective
mean,
of those
and of
environments.
course, right. Well, let's talk about the shows having to do with schools, shall we?
True, Grange Hill. That is
Grange
a
Hill was-
perfect
I don't know what that is.
representation of
Oh,
a
Grange
and I
Hill.
heard there's a French one that's very good, so I
No,
shouldn't
British
talk. But
school.
Grange
we have
Hill's
this
is
one in the
flat
U.S. called AP Bio that's just god awful. I'm just like, it's pathetic. So anyway, I've heard Ted Lasso's good. I want to see Ted Lasso. Anything
Ted
else to say about Ted
Lasso.
Lasso? No. Okay.
Ted Lasso is excellent. Recommendation
right.
of the week: Ted Lasso.
No.
Only trouble is, can just say it is an Apple TV exclusive, so you might
Of
need
course
to
it is.
find a way of streaming it. Anyway, just saying.
Yes.
Like
Well,
you're
we're
saying
watching
is-
the
I
latest
think may
episodes
or
of
may
Brooklyn
not have done.
Nine-Nine, and I think they're very good. Have you been keeping up with the new Brooklyn? Chinny?
No, because we're on Modern Family, which is also a very
Okay.
squishy show, an American squishy show where
Aw.
you know everybody's fucking like annoying, and then at the end
There's
everybody's
a
like,
good heart.
you
in
know
them.
what, family. That's basically the speech at every episode. It's like, you know what,
You know what?
family. And you know, like
It's like Neil Hamburger when he did he goes, and now a joke about O.J. Simpson. And then like it cuts to the audio from his Comedy Central or a comedy special. He never was on Comedy Central, but he's like, you know, O.J. And that's the whole track.
there you go. But yeah, like the problem with
Neil
Modern
Hamburger.
Family is that, and this is a video game podcast. The problem with Modern Family is that it is getting very sad. I'm on season 7 now. They did 8 seasons. It finished in 2019, and it is very sort of like you think this character's doing this, but they're not, and they're good, and like they turn it around, and like everybody has a story like that. But I like the fact that you know, Cam, who is probably the campest character, who's into American football. He's kind of like squashing some stereotypes and stuff. And Cam and Phil are the funniest characters. Have you seen it, Duke? You've seen it? You've seen?
I've not seen this one yet. Maybe I'll get to
But
it.
I think I don't think it's as good as Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But it has all the
a
sort
lot
of
of
same.
students recommend it though.
Yeah, it has all the same sort of ticks as it. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's smarter than you think, and but the one interesting character, not the funniest character, but the interesting character is Jay, who is played by the main guy from Married with Children. Remember him?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
right,
totally,
right.
yeah.
So that's
Wow.
Jay, and he's obviously old now, and he was
O'Neill.
was probably at one time racist. You know, he was probably at one time.
What, in real life or the
No,
show?
the character. Do you know what I mean? The
Oh,
character
trying
that
to
he's
pull
played,
it
he's kind of
together,
like an old timey white man golf, and
Like
like
Chinny, I hate
Clint
to break it to
Eastwood's
you, there-
character in every film he's been in recently that he's
Yeah, really.
directed.
Sorry, Chinny. There's 11 seasons apparently of Modern Family.
Wow,
Oh,
that is a
really?
lot of seasons.
but so the character Jay, he was probably homophobic. He was probably a bit racist. He grew up in and he's a self-made man. He's a big businessman now, but he came from nothing, and he now dates.
Started from the bottom, now we hit.
He's got a son and a daughter. His son's gay, and his daughter's a control freak. He's divorced, and he married an immigrant who's 20 years younger than him, and he has a Cuban son. So he's got this like massive arc that.
I thought he was going to say arse then. He's got a
No, but
massive
he's
arse.
got a better story than anybody else in the show because he has to confront his old ways a lot, and he has to sort of go, well, I used to think this way, and now he has to deal with the fact that his son's gay and so on, and he has the most interesting sort of development, but everybody else is basically just who they are and so on. But it's a good show. I do like it. It's easy, 20 minutes. Bam.
Yeah,
done.
you see,
Sure.
that's like Ted Lasso. Each episode's only half an hour
Bam,
long.
bam, 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 bam. Oh, we
And you're
watched The
done.
Are you
Matrix.
seriously talking about video games?
I know.
How dare you?
I know the Matrix 4 trailer came out. I haven't seen it.
Oh, baby, it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
I haven't
I haven't
seen
seen
it.
it yet.
Now, I've got a question for you. Before I ask you the question, Tara and I watched The Matrix 1 yesterday. And
You have watched it before, haven't you?
Yeah, of course. Like, it was
Yeah,
the first.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
the first DVD
Watched
I
the
ever
DVD.
had. The Matrix.
Cool.
So not only did the film blow my mind, but the DVD blew my mind as well because
And that pompous special effects director. What I did was,
Yeah.
Say we, you prick. It's a team.
Do you know-
God damn it.
no,
Can
fuck 'em.
I just say,
Yeah.
the dude who invented bullet time went to Millie's school.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
That's
good
what
for
I'm
him.
talking
So we
about. Anyway,
so
Chinny.
like all these DVD features and commentary, and there's this feature on the Matrix DVD where you could follow the white rabbit because and then a white rabbit would appear when you watch the movie. You press it, and it would give you facts about this scene and so. And I just remember going, "What the fuck is this DVD? This is amazing, and this movie's amazing. I can't believe it." And my brother bought it me for Christmas, and I loved it. And I probably watched it about 15 years ago. Watched it yesterday. Me and Tara have wanted to watch it for ages, and it holds up. It's a movie that holds up.
Great film.
And I think some of it is even more relevant now than it was then because the simulation theory is very popular these days.
Yeah, the simulation theory is one thing, but I think and this is, everyone hates me when I say this, but there's a 10-disc set that features a commentary track from Cornel West and Ken Wilber. Cornel West, professor of philosophy and religion.
Oh yeah, I love his work.
Yeah, Ken Wilber is an Eastern philosophy professor. Or whatever.
You don't need to tell me, Duke.
They have very interesting perspectives on everything in the Matrix films, and they talk about them as one unit. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, the third movie sucks," and there's big problems with the third movie. I will agree.
Correct.
But when they talk, when we talk about like technology being an extension of us, like when they go to the Machine City in the second, and I guess it's in the third film when he finally gets there, like it's just pure light. Neo sees it as just as pure light because that's what technology is. It's an extension of us. And I think that's the most important part of the Matrix is that, in a way, we can, yes, the machines built the Matrix for us, but a lot of us love living in the Matrix. So the cell phone as an extension of our souls and a prison of our own making so that we can just get sucked into it. I think that's the part that's really important in Matrix.
I was going to ask you a question, though.
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot, let me hear you. Shoot.
And I haven't seen the Matrix 4 trailer, but has there ever been a movie where it's been about 10 years or more and they've brought the actors back? So not a reboot with new actors. They've brought the actors back and it's been good.
Probably not. I can't think of one.
Terminator was terrible.
It usually doesn't happen.
Terminator
Terminator 2 is good, but that wasn't 10
that's
years.
Not,
yeah,
but
that
that's
wasn't
not
10
like
years.
That's not like 10 years and they're all old now.
There's a TV
No,
show.
definitely not.
There's a TV show. Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai.
There you
Cobra
go.
Kai.
You
Cobra
knew he was
Kai.
going to bring it up, Chinny.
Yeah, well, that's about as close as you're getting.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
stretch,
And I'll
though.
take your word for it that
It's not a stretch. All the characters.
No,
are in it
I'm
from
just
the
saying,
original
like,
films.
it's there's not a lot.
No.
And every
There's-
time,
that's
like,
like
they
one-
bring them back and they go, "Oh, I don't want to see all these old people."
Well, I mean, to be fair, I can't talk about it. Like,
The
talking
Scream,
about
isn't
the
the
trailer, and you said
Scream
you haven't seen
reboot
it,
going to
so-
have original characters in it? Because that's coming out soon, isn't it? There's a new Scream coming out with the original characters.
You know, look, Chinny, to answer your question, like the question I think you're hinting at, which is what the Duchess said, like she's not as excited as I am, not nearly as much, because she's worried that it's just going to be sort of rehashing the same territory. And we get this all the time as video game players, and we are going to talk about video games directly soon with people.
I think
is this
people-
video games?
I think people who like video games will probably be interested in what we have to say about the Matrix.
So, but my point is that like there is a danger that it's going to be just rehashing the stuff from the first Matrix film in order to
Remember
kind of cash in
Bullet
on it.
Time?
And
Bullet
and
time.
like, you know, just serve pure nostalgia. It's possible, and you know, Hollywood will certainly love that. But I believe the Wachowskis, and it's just Lana, I think, is the one who's doing
It's
this
not
one.
even both of them.
It's not both of them. The other one said like it would be going backward, and I'm not interested in like
Good.
spending time.
I agree
in this
with
other
that.
thing. But,
that person.
right, that's fair. But like, if you haven't seen Sense8, like it's hard to say that Lana Wachowski isn't able to do amazing things with a format that's been done before. So, you know, Sense8, I think, is one of the most important science fiction television shows of all time.
I've never
up
heard
there
of it.
with Star Trek. I really would say it's up there with Star Trek. And I'm not even a Star Trek fan.
No.
But anyway, my point is that if anybody can, so I understand why people are nervous. I'm more excited in theory than I probably am in practice because I don't want to get burned. But I was trying to think about a movie I've been actually excited about,
Yeah.
and I can't remember. I think, like the Duchess said, I think it was the Simpsons movie. I think that's the last
Yeah,
time I was
wow.
really excited about a movie.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of allowing myself the novelty
No,
of being
fair
excited
enough,
for this,
fair
even though
enough.
I know that there's a great chance that. So, but if anybody can pull it off, Lana Wachowski can.
Yeah.
Come on, Lana, I'm rooting for you.
Can I just say,
I think
by the way,
the answer to the film that I was probably last hyped for was Interstellar. I was very.
Yeah, that's a good film. It's a good film.
Stu, what
Can
were
I
you
just
last
say,
hyped
by
for?
the way,
No, answer the question first, Stu. What was the last movie you were really excited
what
about?
really excited for?
Yeah, not TV, movie. Don't say
Jesus.
Cobra Kai.
I've not been to the bloody pictures for 2 years.
Do you watch movies on DVD? or
Interstellar came out in like 2013.
Yes. I'll tell you
I
what,
think.
it's Nobody. I was really excited for Nobody, and it
There's a
lived.
movie called Nobody.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is. It stars Bob
Odenkirk.
Odenkirk.
Oh, I like Bob Odenkirk.
It's
I don't know about this
excellent.
movie.
It's
should
one of
check it
the
out.
one of my favorite movies of the last
Do you
12
know
months.
why he wrote that movie or why it was made?
Nope, no idea. but
Because
it's
he
good.
actually got house invaded, and
Really?
I think they locked him in the they locked the house invader in the basement or something like that. or something.
Wow, that's
But
interesting.
excellent film, really, really good.
Okay, sorry.
Uh,
What were you gonna say, Stu?
Yeah, I was
This
just
better
gonna
be about
say
video
one of the most underrated Wachowski films that everybody forgets about was the very first film they ever made,
Bound.
which is Bound, which is an
Bound is a great
excellent,
movie. Yeah, we just watched that
fucking
again not too long
excellent
ago. It
movie.
does. It still holds up. It's a very
It's
good film.
such a great, and no one knows they made it half the time, and it's such a great.
I've never
movie.
heard of
Thank
it.
God you're
It's
around
brilliant.
to
You
promote
do
it.
yourself
It's
a favor,
good.
Chinny. Watch Bound.
yeah.
It's awesome.
It's lesbian love story, light S&M, mafia. It's really good, and it's
Yeah,
got
it's
the dude who
excellent.
in the Matrix. He's like, I know this steak isn't real, but ignorance is bliss. He's
Oh, I
in
love
Bound.
him. I love him.
He's
Aw-
great.
awesome
You're gonna
movie.
love Bound. Then
I
you need
love
to watch
him.
it. Awesome movie.
When I
Watch
watched
it.
the when
That's
I
your
watched,
assignment for next week, Chinny. Is watch
Yeah.
It
Bound.
is, Chinny. Watch
well,
Bound. It's a great
originally
movie.
I wanted to watch Whiplash because I've heard so much good things about Whiplash.
Oh, that's awesome as
I
well.
haven't seen that.
and
But that's a drummer film, isn't it?
yeah, it's the drummer film.
Awesome.
And,
Absolutely
right,
but it's
brilliant.
not on anything. I can't get it on.
But I
anything.
want to
brilliant.
see. Speaking of drummer films, I want to see the one that Riz Ahmed was in, where he is the drummer who turns deaf. That looks like a really good movie.
Ah, okay.
I imagine
yeah,
that
Anyway,
would be quite.
we're done with the
excellent as well.
movie
I am-
talk
we
now.
took-
No more
Right,
movies.
welcome to the Veteran Gamers
Right, we got a
Movie
few-
We're
Podcast
done with
and
TV. We're done
show.
Oh,
with
we got a
movies.
few
It's time to
people-
talk about a
Books.
story
My
time.
What about your
favorite
book,
time.
Duke?
It's story story
got,
time.
I had two students check my book out and choose it as their choice book. And I'm like, hey, why hasn't anyone done this
Wow.
before? It's because everything I've published up to this point was a book of short stories, which is significantly longer than the science fiction book. And the rest of it's all nonfiction. So I think students just want stories. And some of them were, look, don't get me wrong. I think they're just kind of curious or whatever. They may not even read it. It's rare that a student ever even reads.
So
or
when you
talks to
say
me about
check
the
it
stuff I've
out, did
written.
they buy it? Did you give it?
No,
them?
from my class library. I have. 'em
Well, you
available.
put your book in your class.
Of course,
library.
all my
I
books
like-
are in my class
I like
library.
it.
Why not?
Excellent.
Um,
Excellent.
I used to make my Creative 2 class read my book of stories, but now
Wow, I bet they
one of
love
the
that.
stories. Well, some of them did.
Sorry to disturb you two, but there are people listening to us live,
there?
so I was just going to.
What the fuck? Why?
What?
I don't know.
People?
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
wrong with y'all?
Listening?
You're not nothing to
So
do.
currently at the moment
Benny
we've got
Hill is a good show. There's the
It is.
chat.
yeah, Ian Williams who says hello. I'm trying, chat. I'm trying, chat.
on, we got
I
some
am
backing
trying.
while you're doing it.
right? But these
Well,
two
if I
don't
can turn the volume
fucking
down,
shut up.
yeah.
They
Turn the
never
volume down.
shut
Get
up.
it on. Get it on.
Okay.
They never
we go.
stop talking.
There you go. Go on, Chinny. Go.
Right. Okay. So we got Ian Williams,
I think it works.
Wet Butler, Jay Ryder, Lord is in the chat. Darren Sim, who said Derek is very good. He's wrong. Pillow
He's not.
says hello. Polar Knight says sweet Jesus, it is the perfect evolution of beards.
is.
Duke's like,
Oh.
I think. Well, no. So Duke's first, then Stu, because that's not a beard, that's a goatee, and then mine.
Get out of the town. Mine's bushier than yours at the moment.
Well, if you
Oh,
want to
for
get down
God's
there,
sake.
that's dope. Ian Williams says Modern Family's pretty good. Thanks for that. And Trite says I just watched the video of Jimmy White. Okay,
Of
and he
what?
still wants to win the world champion. He won't. He won't try. He won't ever
Is
win
that
the
a
world champion.
snooker thing?
Yeah, Jimmy White's the best snooker player that's never won. He was in 6 finals and lost all of them.
He did. Did he lose? Did he lose to Alex Higgins when he was half pissed or something?
I don't know.
He
I don't know.
probably did.
ADoc55855 is in the chat, and that's about it. So thanks everybody for that. And we're just going to sit in silence while this ends.
Well, it wouldn't be in silence.
I think that
Does anybody have a
works.
story
I really
time?
do.
I
Yes,
played
I've
my
got one.
first snooker league match this week.
Oh, how did
yeah,
that
how'd you
go?
do?
Did you win?
The team lost,
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
but I fucking won.
Nice.
So the way it works,
Oh, that's the best outcome because then you could be like, you all suck. If you had played
Yeah.
as well as me, we would have won.
we play a best of 5, but you only play one frame. So in pool, it's called a rack, isn't it, Duke? You play
It
one
is.
rack. Basically, you play one game each. There's 5 of you, and it's the best of 5. So we lost 3-2. But the first 2 lost, and then I was on like 3rd and 4th sort of thing because you play 2, and then 1. And,
Ginny, do it, Ginny.
and then the third guy lost as I was playing. I was like, fucking hell, it's going to be 5-0 if I don't win. So I won, and then the last guy won. So the pressure was off me. I hadn't played for 10 years. So
10 years.
I was
So did you
alright.
get a decent break? What was your best break?
Oh, no, I didn't play well,
Oh, fuck.
but I won. It was a scrappy
You played a
win.
little better than the person you were playing against.
Yeah,
so
I
You
mean,
didn't
screw
play
them.
well, but you don't give a shit.
I mean, the other guy didn't have arms, which helped.
Yeah, that helps.
So,
That really does help.
you know, there you go.
You should get some metal arms like Hannibal.
Yeah, I've got a bit
All
of
right,
a
Stu,
story.
you said you have a story, Stu. Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, I picked up my new car this week. So,
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell, Stu.
Siren.
Jesus Christ,
Oh.
you're strong.
But exactly. But
Yeah, picked
here's the
up.
thing, right?
I'm working
I
on
was
my dad
picking it
jokes.
Up.
I like it. I was picking it up at 11 o'clock on Wednesday, right? And I thought,
Okay.
that's fine. I'll be home by dinner time.
Thank God we're getting
And-
a minute-by-minute breakdown here.
Then
Oh,
I can
love it.
play games for the rest of the day, play some video games, ready for the
Did you
show.
take
and
the whole
catch
day
up on
off?
some games, yeah, because
Let me guess, the bumper fell off as you were driving home.
No. So I get
thank
home
God.
and Millie's like, I think I need a new car. I've been looking. Can you take
Oh,
me?
here we go.
So I ended up driving around all of Lancashire in my new car on Wednesday in the red because it was absolutely boiling as well. It was like 29 degrees. It's the hottest September day in God knows how long. It was red hot. And so basically I ended up driving all over Lancashire for Millie, and she did find herself a little car. So we bought 2
Did she
cars.
pay for it herself?
She has paid for it herself.
Cash
Wow.
or finance?
Full cash. To be fair,
Fair
She's
play.
been
to
saving.
be fair, she got a student loan that she's never touched. So she's kind of just used a student loan to
Well,
pay
Damn.
for it.
There's a sentence you'll never hear in the United States.
I,
By the way, also speaking of the United States, listeners, 29 degrees Celsius is 84 degrees Fahrenheit. So when Stu says it was boiling, A, its humidity is probably a factor, and B, dude, go to Florida.
Yeah, well, it's hot for look.
Then we'll
September in
talk.
the UK isn't that
Well,
hot, Chinny?
For
That is
Florida
hot.
in July, it's not hot.
well,
Okay. so,
A is the first letter in the alphabet, and B follows it.
oh, good point.
That's true. That is totally true.
All right. Anybody else have any story, or if you
no,
go ready to talk about
no,
video games
I think we
for
said
real?
some talk some video
Where are you
games.
going? Story time's
What
over,
car did
isn't
she
it?
get?
Oh, she's not.
No, no time. We gotta move on. We can't talk about it.
What you gonna
No, don't tell me.
You want to know?
I
I
never
can
want
tell
to
you.
know.
Well, tell us next week. We'll
Okay,
just
I'll tell
make
you next
everyone
week. I'll
wonder.
save it. I'll save
Yeah,
it.
that's story time part 2 coming at you
I'll
next
save
week.
it.
Ian
Anyway,
Williams.
Duke.
Ian Williams has
Yeah.
released the show. What fucking car did she get? What car did she get?
What did you get?
What did she get?
All right, I'm going
Duke,
first this week, yo.
go.
Yeah, right. First of all, Steam's doing this new thing. It's not a big deal, but I just have to mention it. Normally in Steam, you have your library, right? You got all the grid
do?
ready. Okay, you right-click on a game and you choose play, and it launches the game, and then you still
Yeah.
have your library there when you get done. Okay.
Yeah.
Now they've done this thing where you right-click and choose play. It takes you to the expanded version of the information about that game.
What a problem.
And
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
know that I like it because it's not a big deal. You just click library again and you're back to the library. But why do they have to go there? I don't understand it.
So what you're saying? Wait a minute. Whoa. So what
Whoa.
what you don't like is it
Whoa.
takes you to the page with the play button on it, even though it started the game, and you're not too keen on seeing that page for a second while it does it.
Right. Because then when
Why?
I get done playing, and I want to play something else, I have to
Oh,
hit the library
God.
button again. It's my hand.
Yeah, but when I just did that, then right, I just did it to try it,
Yes.
and the library was still at the side when it was doing it.
Well, of course it's at the side, but I'm talking about when you look at if you have your library in grid mode,
Oh, for God's sake!
at the
So-
top of your list of games, you click home and it
Oh.
shows you the grid. That's how I look at Steam most of the time. You scroll down past what's new, and if you have a category up top, like I have 0 plays up top, so I can remember to play something new each week. I got a bunch of game demos and stuff. Anyway, my favorites. I want to be able to right click on a game and then open it up and then like
Wow, you are a
have
sad
it
man.
still be there. It's ridiculous. Anyway,
I can't believe
it doesn't even matter a little
you're
bit.
worrying
I know.
about
But anyway,
something of that.
right. I'm not really worried about it. I just had to mention it. Anyway, moving on.
Why are you
the
moaning
game
about
I have been
minor aesthetic?
Yeah,
yeah, that's a
dude.
good point. I have been playing a boatload of Fallout 76. I don't know if I have a video queued up for you, Chinny, or not, but oh my goodness, this game. Let me tell you something. I actually reinstalled Fallout 4 because I came really close to quitting 76 this week.
Why?
But I decided not to
Because it sucks.
No, it doesn't suck. You haven't played it, so you can't say that.
I can do.
Well, you can, but you won't be
can. I
valid.
can say
It's
what I
not
want.
a legitimate perspective.
You might not
You're
agree
just
with
saying
it, but
something
I
you
can
heard
say it.
from some people on the internet when it first came out.
No, I'm
However,
saying it
I've
from what
played
I've
it
seen.
recently.
It sucks.
Okay, well, I don't know that people are tuning in to hear you talk about what you've seen. They might be tuning in to hear me talk about what I've experienced playing the game. And here's the thing. Look, let me ask you a question, though, because you have played
Go
other
on.
Fallout games.
I have played Fallout 4,
And
Fallout
Chinny's
3,
played Fallout games.
Fallout New Vegas.
Right. Did you not play 4?
Yes, I played and finished 4, yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. Halfway through the game, are you A, desperate for bullets, or B, drowning in bullets?
Hell, I can't remember.
Drowning, I would say.
Drowning in bullets
Loads of bullets,
is
loads of
usually
bullets.
the answer, unless you're
Yeah,
really
tons of
reckless.
bullets.
I mean, you know how reckless I am with ammunition, and I'm always drowning in bullets. Not in Fallout 76, you're not. Good God, they are hard to find. And the way you normally do it is, in the other Fallout games, what I usually do is I get the perk for Scrounger, which you get more ammunition than usual when you're looking in containers. That doesn't really help in 76. Instead of 2 bullets per container, you now get 3 bullets per container, and it's only once every like 10 containers. So that's not the way to go. One way to do it is to farm ammunition by killing the same monsters over and over again. And certain monsters have certain kinds of ammunition. So I have this rifle that was given to me by some random stranger. It was very nice. That uses .308 ammunition. Okay. So I can go and kill these scorched monsters over and over again. Like, there's ways to farm them on this MMO. I won't bore you with the details. The point is, let's say it takes 3 bullets to kill the scorched, and they have 4 bullets in their inventory when you kill them. You have a net gain of 1 bullet.
Yeah, but you've used 3 bullets to kill them, so you're -2, really.
No.
Oh,
You're not
-3.
hearing what I'm saying.
Oh.
No, I'm not explaining.
Oh, they have
myself well,
4
or
bullets.
or
Sorry, you're
missed
right. You
something.
said 4 bullets.
Right.
So, yeah. So you
Okay.
just make 1 bullet.
Exactly. You profit.
Yeah,
1
sorry.
bullet.
I wasn't listening.
That's okay. I'm used to people not listening to me. That's like an.
Oh, I'm
everyday thing.
sorry, dude. I apologize.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Okay.
But so that's not it. And so eventually what I learned was you have to make your own ammunition. And once I started doing that, particularly keeping my eyes peeled for the stuff you need to make ammunition, gunpowder, lead, steel, then it all turned different. Now I'm not drowning in bullets, but I'm not just like down to my last bullet.
No, you feel like you've got enough bullets.
And I don't have enough, but I'm getting toward enough. And I finally found a decent melee weapon, which is the other thing you're supposed to do, is get a decent melee weapon at the start of the game. But there are no good, decent melee weapons at the start of the game. So, and the other thing is I'm progressing. So I'm at level 29, I think now. And when you get to level 50, there's certain perks and things that are unlocked that are like, that kind of change everything, I guess. So it's supposed to be a grind. And some people on the forums are like, it's supposed to be a survival game. I'm like, screw you. Every Fallout game is a survival game. So. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. It is, in many ways, well designed. Yeah, I do have a clip from Fallout 76. You can use that, Chinny, if you want.
Yeah, you
anyway,
can.
Right. So here,
I'm
one of the
copying
things,
photos.
However, oh, okay. Well, I thought maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The viewers might like to see some
we're
visuals
disturbing your
of Fallout
photo
76.
time.
Stu, you're in some of these photos.
I am. Wow, where
Now
are
you
they
have
from?
Stu's attention.
I got an SD card from my mom, and she took a bunch of photos from my 30th birthday. And you
Get out of town.
Yeah,
Hey, I was quite thin then as well. That's
No,
good
you
photos.
wasn't. No.
Was I not?
No, I'm only
I was,
joking.
I was going to say I was definitely thin. Then,
I'll get them
'cause
up on the
that's
screen once they're finished.
That's like ages ago because you're so old now.
Well, it was 6 years ago. I mean, I could pretty
Yeah,
much
that's ages ago.
Fucking
to the
ages,
day.
that is. Ages.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
you're so
Duke.
old.
Sorry, Duke. To
No, that's
interrupt.
okay. But here's the thing. Look, all Fallout games, like all Bethesda games, will send you on quests that take you all over the map, right? They sort of forcing you to explore, right? Which is fine. That's not a problem. The problem when it comes to Fallout 76 is that the different parts of the map are leveled, so that if you get sent to the northeast corner of the map, you're not ready to go there until you're level 30, which is annoying because if you start the quest on level 5 and they're sending you to this level 30 area, it's like I have to do other stuff before I continue that part of the quest. So you have to kind of keep all the quests in your head about what's going on with them and like who these different characters are you're supposed to be tracking and stuff. And that's kind of annoying.
I always like that about Fallout, though.
I don't mind it, but see, that's the thing, is that normally it's not a problem because the game isn't leveled in the traditional RPG sense.
In the old Fallouts, I mean, because Fallout 3 was the first time I'd played a game like that, really. Yeah. I remember being in, what do you call it, the square where the fucking thing is in Washington.
Yeah, Capitol
Look, the
Square.
thing, look, the main bit. And when you go to the main bit, for the first time, you fucked. Like, I was fucked.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of mutants everywhere.
A lot of mutants everywhere. This was troublesome for me. And I remember thinking, hours and hours later, like 100 hours later, I would just walk through it. I'd be like, So I always quite like that about the Fallout
and
game.
That's not a bad thing. It's just that if you had a quest that was like you were really invested in, and it said you have to go through that central square and get something from in there, like you might be kind of annoyed that you have to put it on pause and do a bunch of other quests. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
So, whatever. But at the same time, and I started wondering, like, okay, why am I playing this game if I'm not enjoying it as much as I have enjoyed other Fallout games? And then I realized, like, there's experiences in this game that don't exist in other Fallout games, obviously. I mean, not all of them, but some of them. And the best quest of all, I mean, it might be top 5 Fallout quests ever. Series of quests, I guess. Is the Mistress of Mysteries. Are we pausing to talk about these pictures? Because they look great.
I just found one of me and Stu.
Oh, look at that! Look at that apron.
Apron, yeah.
Look
Did
at
you
that
say
apron.
Smapron? No, Smapron. Oh.
It's just a nice apron. I tell you, thin. I was thin.
It's very nice.
Skinny.
You
Skinny,
don't really
skinny.
look that different from the picture.
I do. Believe me, I'm fat now.
Well, you know what? I'm looking at you on the stream, and I'm looking at you.
Yeah, but I can't see the rest of my body, can you?
Well, that's not
Well,
true.
I had a
Anyway. Saying.
Yeah, go on. Karen, do.
So here's the thing. This Mistress of Mysteries, you find, I think I mentioned this briefly last week, you find this house that was owned by this wealthy woman who did, like stage and radio productions. And she was this, like spy woman, whatever. She eventually became that spy, and she started this school for children to train them to be spies and to like fight against the horrors of the wasteland. So it's obviously long abandoned. Everyone's been killed, but it has this automated system of delivering you quests. So I've been doing that, and it's like, they're really interesting quests, and I've got myself a really good melee sword now. And the second after I got that really good melee sword, another quest delivered me an even better sword. And I was like happy because I'm like, ooh, now I have 2 good melee weapons. But I was also sad because I was like, you know what? I like the less powerful sword because it looks better. And it got me wondering, have you ever done anything in a video game? And this goes out to the chat as well. Answer in the chat, people. Come on, and write in if you're listening. Have you ever in a game gotten a weapon or a piece of armor or a piece of clothing or whatever that is statistically better than what you were using, but you kept the old thing that you had, even though it's not as effective, because you like the way it looked or sounded? Or
I did that in Witcher 3 all the time.
Okay.
I'd have some really cool looking sword, and I'd get one that was slightly better, and I would keep the cool looking sword instead because it just looked cool.
Yeah.
And it was still powerful enough to get through the game. So I'm just like, I could make it slightly easier for myself, but this sword looks fucking badass. I want to look badass. I want the glowy sword. I don't want the boring hard sword. I want this one with glowy lines on it and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've definitely done that. And same with armor, just to have the cool looking
I
armor.
felt like I did it in Borderlands quite a bit, because in Borderlands you get a gun and you'd be like, oh, I like this gun. I like the way it feels and shoots. Right. And then you get statistically a better gun, but the recoil isn't as
Right.
good, or like I remember in Borderlands you get these sort of guns that had like bouncing bullets and like all sorts of weird shit, but like and they were really powerful, but like there's a catch, and I was like, oh, it doesn't feel good, so I just sort of downgrade for convenience or comfort, really.
And Destiny 2, that's happening a lot in Destiny 2 for me, because there's guns that have like higher fire rates, but each one does a little less damage. So it's like, okay, do I want to fire quickly and do less hit damage per shot, or do I want like higher damage per shot and lower
I
fire
always
rate?
think
Like, it really has to do with like what is good for you.
I always think higher damage per shot is the best way to go, because I think you can make it count more.
I
Anyway,
normally think so. I think so too, but but like in the case of Destiny, like there's some guns that I'm like, this one fires so quickly, so that if I can get, I mean, you know, if you can get to the dude and it, you know, you do 10 points of damage per shot, but it fires 3 times, or it fires twice as fast as your other gun, then like if that does 15 per shot, like it's better to use the one that, you know what I mean? It'll do 20
true.
damage in the same amount of time.
It's funny, isn't it? Ross in the chat says probably the Fallout 3 Outcast armor. Although it's been years, so I don't know what was better now, lol.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So there you go.
Yeah, and I'm not a power armor user in Fallout, so I found some reason. Sorry, I'm eating a piece of chocolate. I found some Fallout armor, power armor in Fallout 76, and the main thing is first of all, well, normally I don't want power armor because when they go to kill shots, you're in this big piece of machinery, and I'm like, you can't see all the cool clothing I've been collecting. But that's not a thing in 76 because you never get kill shots. You really don't see yourself very often until you take a picture of yourself, which is kind of nice. I like being able to do that. And as I've said, those photos you take of yourself turn into your loading screens, which is really nice. I think every game should have that. But the other thing about power armor in Fallout 76 is that, and this is the other Fallout games too, you have to keep collecting those fusion cores.
Yeah.
Because if you run out, like you can't move.
Well, the armor's useless without them.
Right.
It's pointless. Pointless.
There are some annoying things about 76 based on the fact that it is an online game. So when you deliver the final shot to the enemy you're fighting, it takes about a half a second for it to register and for the thing to die. So it's kind of, you have to keep that in mind. And like, normally it's an instant feedback thing, but it's not too bad. However, there are some glitches because it's a Bethesda game.
Really?
One of them,
Never.
I know, right? It's hard to believe.
Who knew?
I can't believe it. Yeah. But yeah, I was doing this mission where I was supposed to break this dude out of a prison, and there's raiders everywhere. So I kind of snuck into where he was, and I was like, okay, I'll sneak into where he is, give him a gun, and then like he and I can both fight our way out together. But he was like, hey, you need to find the key to get me out of here. And I was like, I already got the key to get you out of here. Like I had it in my inventory, but the game didn't recognize that. So I had to leave the thing, go get the key that I had just gotten, and then come back. Trite76 asked, why do I have a PlayStation controller on the microphone dongle, but on the stream it looks more like an Xbox controller? Well, we try to be inclusive. I don't even use a controller. I need a logo with a mouse and a keyboard. That would really be effective. So anyway, whatever. That was an annoying glitch. And
did you see X-Rider's thing? The battle axe that Jarl gives you in Whiterun.
Oh yeah. Right. That's a good axe. I don't know if he said that he keeps it, or because the other thing with Skyrim is nice that you have these display things. You could just put that up in your house if you don't want to use it. And you can sort of do that in Fallout 76.
Stu, can you see the YouTube comments?
Yes.
Because somebody says that you look like Johnny Lawrence from Carbon.
I know, I did see that. And I was like...
And I Googled it, and I was like, no. And then I looked at it, and I went, you've got the same nose as him.
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
There's a bit there, yeah. There's a bit there.
Probably about the beginning and end of it, to be fair.
Yeah. Hey, I'd take what you can get, Stuart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well...
It's a good compliment.
You know what I get a lot? Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
I get a lot of Harry Kane.
I get a lot. Jabba the Hutt.
Anyway, Kay thinks I look like David Arquette. Is it David Arquette? David Arquette. Is it David? It is David Arquette, isn't it? Yeah, David Arquette. David Arquette.
Two more things.
Weirdly, he's got a big nose as well, just saying.
Okay. People are very nice in this game. Like when the game first came out, a lot of people were like, okay, it's just going to be a free-for-all. You're going to get mowed down like in Rust by people who are just so much more powerful than you. But that's not what happens. Every single time I come across another person in this game, they're throwing me stuff. They're like, here's 20 stim packs. Here's a bunch
that's
of ammo.
nice.
Here's Rataway. I'm like, that's so kind of you. And like, I'm ready to do that to people who are weaker than me, but I never find anybody weaker than me. So
Yeah,
it's
you're
never
always
an
the
issue.
weak one.
I am always the weak one. And today, I was these people were coming in the other direction from me. I was going east and they were headed west. And I passed them by and they had killed a whole bunch of monsters. So I'm picking through the corpses and they what is that?
That's
Is
David
that
Arquette.
That
Oh,
looks...
David Arquette, yes.
No, sorry,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
can
picture
see
of
that.
Stuart.
That's a picture of me.
It's great. It's like Nas or little Nas X. Why'd you put two pictures of me?
Wow. He
You
wears some
remind
weird
you
stuff.
of Lee Mack, according to Darren Sim.
Oh yeah,
Lee Mack?
I get a lot of Lee Mack. No, people call me Lee Mack all the time.
Do they?
Yeah, I get a lot
Well, we
of
need
Lee
to
Mack.
see this, Chinny. Get some Lee Mack up. Let's have a look.
It's more, yeah, okay, yep, all right, Lee Mack.
In the meantime, so these people were going the one way and I was going the other way, and they had killed a bunch of monsters. I'm picking through the corpses, they just left the ammo. And I'm like, oh, thank God, ammo. So I'm picking the ammo, and then I don't understand exactly what was going on. Maybe they had called in a nuclear strike or something, or artillery strike. I got stomped. It was one hit, I was down. And you can either give up and respawn, or you can call for help. Well, I don't have a team, but I knew that these people were nearby. So I was like, help, help. And the dude was just laughing at me. He's just, there's an emote. You can do an emote, and it's like laughing, ha ha. So I was like, damn. I must say, I agree that, yes.
Yeah, I know, I do get, Harry Kane, Lee Mack, I get that a lot, yeah.
Who was that dude I compared you to once? It looked just like it was the
Hitler.
guy. No, he was a lead
Stalin?
singer of a rock band, but I can't remember which
Kim
one it
Jong-un?
was now.
Yeah.
Don't know. Can't remember.
Mahatma Gandhi.
He just did, right?
Yeah, no, he didn't bring up Johnny Lawrence, but hey, oh.
Right. Anyway, last thing I want to say. Sorry. I realize that I am too much of a control freak to play co-op games with people online.
You're a control freak to play bloody co-op games with anybody. Full stop.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's true. Because I was like, oh, maybe I could join these people and everything. I'm like, no, I like to go at my own pace. I like to do things in the order that I want to do them in. I don't want to follow along while someone else takes care of all the monsters, because that's what happens in a lot of these games. They're just, I'll clear them out. I'm like, I don't want you to clear them out. I
Stick
want
with
to have
me,
something to do here.
newbie.
Which is why Rocket League is kind of the best game in this regard, because you have to work as a team. That and Left 4 Dead. Anyway,
true.
I am really loving Fallout 76. Now that I've figured out how to get more ammo and to keep me healthy, I'm just, really digging it. So big thumbs up on all the improvements to Fallout 76. I haven't noticed. There's some new update, and I don't really know exactly what it was in. But the other thing about Fallout 76 is they, like Red Dead, they're constantly throwing you free stuff. And I think it's good, they want to keep you coming back, right? So every day when you log in, they're like, here's some free stuff. Here's a free repair kit. Here's a free player icon. Here's this. Here's that. I'm like, I'm here for that. Give me free things. Thank you.
You're feeling it, man. Feeling it.
Yeah, loving it. So even though you couldn't see any of that footage,
FREE, free, no charge.
take my word for it that Fallout 76, if you like an MMO Fallout experience, make your own ammo, use a melee weapon when you start out, make your own ammo, and then you'll run across people, you'll get free stuff from them.
Very good. Very
Yep,
good.
that's it. Who's next?
Is that it? Al, shall I go?
Go
Shall I
ahead.
go? I've played
Go ahead.
something new this week,
Okay.
and it's right up my alley.
Oh yeah, what's that?
It is right up my alley. It's called The Artful Escape.
Okay.
And it's just come out this week on Game Pass, PC, and on Xbox One, X, whatever. All that kind of jive. And it
Oh yeah,
starts
Stu,
off-
this is right up your arse.
It is right up my ass. It starts off fairly simply. And it's a little bit, it did give me a bit of a Night in the Woods vibes, with the way the dialogue works and everything. Great actors, by the way. They've got some really top-notch Hollywood talent
Who they got?
in this
Have
game.
they got David Arquette?
They have David. Well, I was playing it. David Arquette himself was playing this game.
Wow.
Which would be me. No, they have got some really decent.
Is Lee
I
Mack in
can't-
it?
Lee Mack is in this game.
Is
Does
Jabba the
anybody,
Hutt in it?
does anybody say that you look like anyone, Duke?
No. Jabba the Hutt.
No,
Jabba
I
the
look-
Hutt.
So you look like no one, Duke. Is that-
You know what? It's funny. I was wearing my suit and tie and fedora at school one time recently, and someone said, "You look like the guy in the Magritte painting." Now he has a bowler hat and an apple in front of his head, but I was like, "Dude, I will take that compliment. Thank you." So
Well, Well,
A
tell you what
Magritte
you can
painting.
get, I
That's-
would have
that's what
said.
it looked like, yeah.
But yeah, here's a cast. I quickly Googled it while Duke was talking about that, just to make it look like I was already prepared. But the cast is Carl Weathers, Lena Headey, out of Game of Thrones, no less.
Okay.
Mark Strong, Jason Schwartzman. So quite a few big actor type people. And it's a dude out of Teen Wolf who plays the main character in it. So
Michael J. Fox?
No, the Teen Wolf for the movie, TV show
Michael
even.
J. Fox. Oh,
no, TV show one.
right.
I don't know. He's in that anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
And you know, the voice acting is spot on. You know, really well done, really well voice acted. The game itself looks gorgeous. It's almost like a really good looking Limbo, the way the animations work, etc.
Michael Johnston, is that the person?
Yeah, Michael Johnston, that's who plays the lead character.
Oh, it's got Carl Weathers. Oh man, you got a stew going.
They've got a lot of great actors in this.
Okay.
So it all starts off fairly straightforward. You're kind of this dude who plays folk guitar, and his uncle is on a pedestal in this town where you live, and everybody loves him, and he's like, he's the greatest musician that ever lived.
Okay.
So you as his nephew feel like rather than do your own thing, that you have to emulate him. And everyone thinks you look a bit like him, but you're obviously not as good as him. So everyone's a bit like, he's all right, but he's not as good as his uncle. So you can see where this is going. He's a bit like, feels like he needs to break away from this, like being his uncle thing and find some individuality. So that's kind of the premise of the game. So I was like, this is quite cool. This all starts off fine. And then you get about, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes into the game, and it just goes batshit crazy. So it goes from this kind of side-scrolling Limbo-esque, narrative-driven game to, I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, Chinny, you just need to go a bit further till you get to the batshit craziness. But it becomes this psychedelic Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Yellow Submarine, mental, psychedelic, fucking 12 acid tabs and 5 Jaeger bombs later. And you've got some idea of what's going on in this. It's just mental. Oh.
I've already muted it, so the stream can't hear you. Whenever Duke plays music, I have to mute you and Duke, so no one can hear you two right now.
So anyway, this alien dude comes down and he goes, look, I can't remember the name of the character, but this, very psychedelic sounding character dude, Wisemans or Whitemans or Wisemans or something like that. Anyway, and he goes, he wants you to be his support act. So you go, oh yeah, I can do some folky stuff. And he's like, we don't want that shit. We want your own stuff, crazy shit. That's what we want. And then you basically fight monsters using your guitar, playing, like doing a bit of a Simon Says, copy what they do.
Oh, it's Parappa the Rapper then.
Yes.
But not hip hop. It's folk.
Yeah, lightning.
It's like it's the Flight of the Conchords of video games.
Yes. It is totally out there. And I kind of love it. It's just, totally ridiculous.
Of course you fucking do.
Of course I fucking do. Have you played Alto's Adventure on the phone where you have to slide down the slopes and stuff and jump over things?
Nope.
Well, that's kind of the in-between bits of this game is like Alto's Adventure. It kind of feels like...
It's a temple runner game.
Sort of, to an extent, but not. So there's elements of that. There's elements of normal platforming. There's this crazy fucking guitar playing stuff. And every time you jump and strum the guitar, you sort of float for a minute. So that's how you do your double jumps and stuff. But the artwork, the aesthetics, the way it looks is just gorgeous. It's just completely fucking mental, batshit crazy, but I just love it. It's just, I don't even know how to begin to describe this game. Like I say, you need to experience it to understand how fucking weird it is. because it's the probably the most out there game I've played in probably the last 5 years. It's mental, but it looks lovely. Like I said, they've done an amazing job of how it looks. Like, even just like things like light reflections and shadows and stuff, it just looks great. So yeah, I love it. And it's just got that real 70s animation vibe going on, like the Magic Roundabout. So there's all sorts of cool, crazy stuff. And they're just, like I say, I just love the attention to detail and the aesthetic.
Crazy, people.
And it's on Game Pass. So if you've got an Xbox, PC, whatever Game Pass, just play it because it's free on Game Pass.
Free.
Yeah.
Well, you're paying for the Game Pass, so it's not really
free. If you got Game Pass, it's free. It's free.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
But a lot of people wouldn't play games like this normally. They'd be a bit like, oh, it's a bit weird. I don't know what I'll play. But worth a go, isn't it, when you're not having to pay? Would you play this, Chinny, having looked at it?
No.
Okay.
There's too much talking.
Yeah, there is a lot, but it's talking. It's not reading.
So?
It's acting. There's voices on everything.
Yeah, but it's not action. It's acting,
I need gameplay, man.
I know. Well, there is gameplay as well.
I know, but Stu, I've been skipping through these videos every time. I've been trying to find a moment where they're playing the guitar and showing some gameplay.
Well, it's a bit further.
And all I get
keep going a bit further. You didn't go far enough.
All right, I've just clicked randomly further, and now he's talking to a fucking cat. Okay.
Oh yeah, there is that.
Oh, that's the best part, the cat bit.
Oh yeah, the cat's great. Oh, this is where it's about to get going. But yes, I absolutely.
And now he's talking to a big hairy monster. He's just talking.
He is, but it's so cool. And the soundtrack, can I just say the soundtrack is fucking amazing.
It looks very pretty. I'll give it that.
It is pretty,
but I probably will never. It's
crazy.
I'm old now. I'm 36.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing.
I don't think it's a lot of people's things, but I think people should all experience this game. Whether you think you'll like it or not, I think you should just.
Now he's on a talk show.
Yeah, that's just weird. That was just weird. The talk show.
I don't like
Chenny. It's weird.
I don't like weird.
Yeah. It is very, very weird.
I like logical weird, but none of this makes any sense.
It's not meant to make sense. It's just cool.
Well, that's the point. Because it's not meant to make sense. I don't like it.
Just
we all like what we like.
From a guitar,
I like things that are a bit more. I like things that are a bit more like grounded. Now that doesn't mean that I can't like.
Now to be fair, Chinny, you liked Alan Wake, all right? And Alan Wake had people playing rock guitar in order to fight monsters.
Yeah, but at least it was based on fucking Earth.
Fighting a tractor at one point.
Yeah, true. I know, but it had a game in it where you shoot stuff.
That's true. It did have a game.
There is a kind of game.
This has a game according to Stu.
Simon says.
There's a UFO landing and there's 4 furry little things with legs just jumping up and down. What's happening?
Well, they like dancing to the music.
Oh my god.
I mean, you've got all these cool psychedelic massive riffs on a guitar stuff going on. What do you want?
No. There's just too much I mean, yeah, you could argue that Mario's weird and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but there isn't 15 minutes of Mario talking to fucking Bowser going, oh, blah, 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 blah. No, it's like, bam, you're in. Go.
Well, what other game can you do a cool knee slide down a snowy slope?
Ollie Ollie.
It's not a knee slide, though, is it?
Sliding, though.
With a guitar. It's not a knee slide with a guitar.
That's something I wish to do.
I think you should.
No.
It's good anyway.
Not my thing.
Give it a go. It's free. Why not? Chinny,
no.
What have you been playing?
The answer is no, Stu. I won't be giving that a go.
Whatever.
It looks shit.
Fucking amazing.
It's pretty, but stupid. Like me.
Look, you don't know. You're making an assumption based on
smart
nothing.
enough, Chinny.
Nothing.
Just because
Nothing.
it's all pretty and it's too sophisticated for you, Chinny.
Yeah, it is. It's too intelligent for you,
You're
Chinny.
just a stupid dog in an alleyway eating trash while I'm in the fucking restaurant eating caviar.
See, Ross in the chat says, how dare you? An Italian plumber talking to an overgrown turtle makes perfect sense.
What's your point?
Like Super Mario Brothers.
Exactly, it's true.
Or has that joke already been made while I was gone?
I don't know, maybe.
I was just saying that, Mario doesn't make sense. I hope you...
Are you having a wee there, dude?
Yeah, I hope you drink...
No, I'm filling my stein with
having a bit of a wee.
What I'm saying is, Mario doesn't exactly make sense, but there isn't
right, but it has a lot of game
there
in
isn't
it, so
20 minutes of dialogue before it happened.
I'm sorry, Mario. The princess is in another castle. Here, let me explain the folly of your coming here.
So
See,
a castle is
I
a big
understand
building
why you would come here.
with rocks. You know.
Yeah. Stu likes dumb games. We all agree.
It's not a dumb game. It's
I'm just
great.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's just
yes.
know,
Okay.
people
well,
who-
Anyway,
like,
Chinny.
Okay.
people who
Chinny,
think
what have you
clever
been
kind of
playing?
games. You know what I
Jenny,
mean?
tell us about the more
Yeah, Chinny.
sensible game you've been playing.
Yeah, Chinny, tell us about something good.
Something good. I've been playing Walkabout Mini Golf.
Oh, yeah, you have.
Me and Stu played Walkabout Mini Golf this morning.
And what should we say? You played until what happened, Chinny?
My battery run out.
Fucking battery ran out.
Wow, that's a good sign. That means you were having fun. Or your battery was really low when you started.
Who the
No,
fucking
no.
hell is this dude getting all-in-ones on everything?
Well, this whole video is him getting hole-in-ones.
Jesus Christ.
It's ridiculous.
This is what you could be doing if you got good at it.
Yeah, as if we were good at it.
Get good.
So, yeah, it's mini golf in VR. It's not like complicated to explain, but and the reason why I haven't put my fucking stupid Elite extension thing is because I want to make a video of me opening it because because Stu made this big point about the packaging and I was like, oh, I'll make a video about
nice.
it.
Nice.
But
packaging.
obviously I haven't done that yet. So yeah. You know me, listeners. I don't like to agree with Stu. I don't.
No, you don't.
I really don't.
Hate it.
But now and again, you've got to swallow humble pie down your throat, and it's hard to swallow.
It is.
Especially when you're talking to Stu.
It is true.
And most likely, he might have made the pie because he's a chef. But
I am.
Yeah.
I started this game and I was like, yeah, and when look, Stu, you're not allowed to talk for a while. So,
Okay.
So when you play a game with Stu, right, he reviews the game as you play the game, right? So he's like,
I tell you the good bits.
what did I say about you not
Sorry.
talking?
I'm so sorry.
So he says, but the physics are really, really good, aren't they? And the environment and the art style. And I'm like, Stu, just play the game. But no, he carries on, and but this is the thing, right? It is just mini golf, right? It is. That's all it is. It's just mini golf, but it is good fun. I found myself almost smiling as I was playing this game.
Wow,
which,
that's high praise from
I
Chinny.
know.
'cause you
I know.
never
I was
smile about
almost
a lot of
happy.
games.
I was almost happy for a
Almost.
little bit.
So close.
Almost.
So close to being happy. So yeah, no, I thought it was good, Stu. I thought it was a good laugh.
It's very inventive. The holds are great. They've really thought about how to design them and make them interesting. I love it. And obviously because it's a video game, they can do crazy shit that you wouldn't be able to do in real life mini golf. And I love that about it as well. It's just
Like a mini course in space.
Yeah, like a mini course in space which was great fun. And one of the biggest fun things, which I didn't know you could do because I've never played it in multiplayer before, is you can be giant while the other person's still on the course, and you're looking on on this little diorama with the person still moving around.
Yeah, if you press A, you see you go up in the air, and you can see the scoreboard and stuff. That's what it's for. But you're in God mode, so you can look down on the whole 18 holes, and it becomes like a diorama. And I noticed because Stu pressed A and he sort of zipped up, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, and he's like a big giant head. And then I'd like to, now and again, I like to be God, and I was like looking down at Stu.
Yeah.
I love the fact as well.
Survivors.
The giant you still has this tiny, tiny golf club in his hand. It's just really weird. Yeah, it doesn't change. Well, I love it.
And
I really enjoyed it.
One feature that I liked was you can replay the shots.
Yeah, I didn't even know that until you just happened to press it, didn't you?
So I just get bored, so I start pressing things, and like I did that shot on the last spaceship hole, didn't I? And you didn't see it, and I fucked it right up, and I was like, "Fuck it, Al." And Stu was like, "What was it? What was it?" I was like, "Stu, come here, watch this." And I pressed it, and you see like a replay of
exactly what happened.
And yeah, it's ridiculous. So that's fun. But also the problem with having mini game. Like with mini golf in a video game is that if you accidentally hit the golf ball, Stu,
Yeah, I did that a couple of times.
Penalises you for it.
It does.
Not in real like mini golf. You will, I didn't mean to do that. I'll put it back, whatever. But you're like, oh shit, I just hit it.
Yeah.
So.
But that didn't happen that was just once or twice I managed to do that.
It happened twice.
Yeah, probably twice. But yeah, I love it. It's just great fun. And do you know what? You can have up to 5 players. I don't even know how that would be with 5 people stood around the holes waiting. It would be slow, and it would be
mini golf for real.
Yeah, crazy. But with
no,
two
not
of us,
like mini golf for real, because you don't have like a family of 4 waiting behind you.
No, or in
I go on the next hole.
Why's the tall man taking forever and crying when he misses?
Sucks. I want to go,
that was
Mom.
a great
This
shot,
is so
by the way.
boring.
Mom.
But we had a lot of fun.
Mom, stupid. We have Bone Swarm and Brainstorm and Bone Star 1.
I want to play Fortnite. This is fucking shit.
But we had a lot of fun finding lost balls as well, didn't we? Because I'd found a few on previous games. You found loads. We got obsessed with finding the lost balls.
What I like about, because around every hole has a collectible ball hidden on the course, and you sort of suck it up with your joystick. What I like though is when you finish the course, you have a tray and all the balls spit out on the board.
Yeah, it's very satisfying.
It's
isn't
very
it?
satisfying. It's like, look at all these balls that I've collected.
Yeah, it is. And that also unlocks the night modes on each course as well. So there is a purpose to it. So it does. I think it's done a great job of even those little like progression stuff. You know, oh, that's how you unlock stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I love it. We definitely play again, and I think we should try and get someone else in with us. Maybe your brother. Get your brother in with us to play this.
I don't think he's played VR for ages.
Has he not? Get Pete in. I did. Bongo was online just before you came on, but he disappeared. I think he was doing his VR workout.
Well,
he does all of that stuff, doesn't he?
If somebody wants to, wow, he hit the ball with the tip of his club.
I know this guy's fucking mental.
If anybody wants to join us on VR golf on the Oculus Quest, well, first of all, you've got to purchase VR mini golf, walkabout mini golf.
It's not that expensive. It's 15 quid or something. I think it's worth it.
That may not be expensive for you, Stuart.
No, but
he's made out of money buying cars on the day they decide to get one. Like, oh, I'll just go get a car.
Well, it's worth every penny though, because it is, I think, one of the best games on the Quest. To be honest, I'm gonna say it right fucking there. Worth every penny.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's good. I really liked it, Stu. Thank you for introducing it to me.
Good.
I like it.
I knew you would because it really is fun.
Well, I knew I would because I already bought it. I just never played.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pleased that you liked it.
Good out.
Because you're always worried when you recommend something to someone that is, just in case they don't happen to like it. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's as frustrating as real mini golf as well. When you do,
and it's crap.
Like, yeah. When you make a mess of it. Oh.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed. I suppose the reason why it's fun is because it simply is mini golf. You know what I mean? It's simply and you're going, oh, I'm 3 behind now, and
But you don't have to walk around.
So but you don't have to walk around.
You
can do. But like,
can do.
Me and Stu are. I think the reason why it's fun is because me and Stu are actually competing. You know what I mean? We're actually like trying to win, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to.
And it was close. I mean, you won. I mean, how many did we play? 4?
No, we played 3, and
you won 2, and I won the last one.
Yeah.
But you did go a bit crazy towards the end.
Yeah,
I was
my battery was running out. I was on 3%, and I was like. I was just trying to get like the ridiculous way of
over this tiny little bridge thing, weren't you? And it just kept falling off.
There's with some holes, there's like a risk reward sort of system. So if you go this way, you'll it's riskier, but you can get closer or get a hole in one. And I was trying the ridiculous way, and I just couldn't get it, and I just got carried away.
Yeah, the actual. By the way, I mean, I know you're saying Mammy was muttering on about the physics, but it does feel super realistic. The weighting, how hard you swing the club, it feels like it would. And I think that's why this game nails it. because of the angles were you used the angles quite a bit, didn't you, to get to with your snooker knowledge
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And it does, you can tell that it doesn't feel wonky ever.
I want to
You
play
know,
this with like 3-4 people or something.
Yeah. I think we
wanna-
could have a good night playing this.
I know, like they don't listen to the show, but I know some of the poker people we played with played Walkabout Mini Golf quite a lot.
You don't, so far as you know, they don't listen, but maybe they're
Yeah,
listening
well, maybe
right
they
now. They're
do.
like, hey, wait, I'm a poker person.
Yeah.
I do miss poker though. That was great.
Yeah, we should play that.
I tell you
again
what,
at some
when I think of lockdown, I just think of poker now.
Yeah.
We
Played
played
loads,
so
didn't we? We
much
did.
poker. Oh my
Yeah, we
God,
did.
it's great.
God, I loved it. It was so much good fun those nights playing poker, though.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun playing.
But now,
poker.
like,
should
we can
still
actually
play that.
go out and do stuff.
I
so-
know you're playing snooker, and
Yeah.
well, I could still play poker, I guess. But yeah, we should definitely sort out and I get a few more people in and just have a laugh playing golf.
Mini golf.
It's a lot of fun. Right, so drop us a line, people, if you want to play with us, because you'll not be disappointed.
Drop
You
us a
won't be
line.
disappointed. Right, back over to you, Duke. I think.
Back over to me, Duke. I've been playing some Rocket League, but there's nothing to say about it.
No.
It's fun. I love it. It's a great game. I'm learning how to like just play a few games, win a few, and then like walk off and do something else. So it's the balancing act. Because if I play too much, like I realize like my neck gets tense, and I clench. It's like I gotta win, and it's good to
That's
step away
not
from
good.
that sort of thing. No. So you got to balance. It's about finding balance. Stu recommended me a game, so we should talk about this game
Let's
that
talk
Stu
about
recommended.
it. Let's talk about it.
Oh, by the way, I also
Did you play this, Jenny?
Did you play
it? Typed it into Steam,
Oh?
looked at it, and went, "Fuck that."
Well, you know what, Chinny? Actually, I think you made a mistake.
No,
Wow,
I don't think
no,
so.
you're just winding me up now.
Piece of shit.
Oh man, no. But here's the thing. Look, for
I
those who
actually
don't-
think
okay,
I
so-
actually quite liked it.
Of course you did.
course I did.
It's called Strange Horticulture. It's a great concept.
Yep.
It's a really interesting idea, and the art is gorgeous.
It is.
The problem is that the gameplay is not gorgeous. The gameplay is frustrating. So what you do is you run a little shop. It's a very short introduction. You run a shop that sells plants. That's fine. People come in looking for certain plants. All right. You have a book that describes plants, and then you have, shelves of plants, and then someone comes in and they say, I want, a plant to help me sleep or whatever. And it's like, okay, let me look at my book. And it's like, this plant helps people sleep. And you're like, okay. And then you have to figure out which one on your shelf is that one. You have little tags you can put on the plant so you can remember which one is which. There was one called Lemon Dandy
Yeah, there was.
that you have to provide to somebody. And I realized, okay, this person wants Lemon Dandy. I think this was the one that had to do with sleeping or whatever. Anyway, so I'm like, oh, it's called Lemon Dandy. Now, Chinny, let me ask you a question. What color would you expect a plant called Lemon Dandy would be?
Yellow.
Yeah, you would expect that, wouldn't you?
But dude,
And you'd be wrong.
No,
and then
buddy.
you'd get 3 wrong, and it would be
then
game
you're
over.
But dude,
What the
dude,
fuck
dude,
is
dude,
that?
dude,
Because that's
dude,
the way it is when you run a shop with plants. You got me the wrong plant. I kill you.
Dude. If you look at the entry in the book, it tells you why it's called a lemon dandy, and it's nothing to do with the color. You've just got to read the description.
Does that help you to figure
Yeah,
out
it
which
does.
plant it
Yeah,
is?
'cause it's got a
No.
picture of it, and it's got some other descriptors.
Because the drawing doesn't even look like the plant.
Yeah, it does. I didn't fail on
it's
it.
a draw. Like the art is all hand drawn. The drawing in the book
Beautiful.
should look exactly like the drawing of the plant
Beautiful.
itself.
I really liked it.
Makes no sense. And everybody on the Steam discussions, well, you just suck at recognizing plants. Fuck you. You know what? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I
This is-
agree with them, Duke.
And eventually I got some random experimenting so that the blue plant, oh, that's Lemon Dandy. And then there was another one that was like, I need this other thing. And like, it's just, it's so frustrating to have to
See,
look
I
things
didn't-
up online for a demo.
I didn't look on anything online for this.
That's
demo
great.
and
You're
got to the
brilliant.
end of
I'm
day
stupid.
2.
Is that what you're? I'm just stupid.
You're
I
just
couldn't figure it
stupid.
out. so
I
I'm
only
stupid.
failed on one plant And that was all. And other than that, I got all of them. It was pretty good.
Well, I
And there's
found
this
it
cool
way
little-
too frustrating for a cute little game about plants.
There's some cool bit
to
of a
be
story.
gnashing my teeth and game over like 5 times.
Wow.
Forget it.
5
piece of
times.
shit.
God, you must have really fucking sucked at identifying plants.
At guessing random plants to
They're
put in this
not
person's
random.
hand.
I guessed them all apart from
Not
one, and then I
random.
realised my mistake. And when I looked at it, because there's a magnifying glass, and when I looked at it more closely, I'm like, oh, I should have realised it was that plant. So yeah, I don't think this game is unfair at all. I think
Okay,
you're
great.
just not very good at it.
Hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not very good at it, but maybe it's not as clear as it thinks it is. And you were
Well,
able to guess
yeah, but it's
what the
meant to
developer
be-
wanted you to do, and I wasn't able
I didn't
to guess.
guess. I worked it out. I didn't guess it. I didn't go. Oh,
Okay,
shit,
fine.
I'm just
But
a
working it
random
out,
plant.
but working it out has to do with figuring out like where the drawing is pointing you toward.
Yeah, but
Because
it's also the description as well as a drawing. Because
there is nothing in the Lemon Dandy description that has
Yeah, there
anything to
is.
do
I mean,
with
it's on screen
what is
now,
it?
and I can't remember what it says.
What
but
was
there
it?
is some- I can't
No,
remember. I
it
can't
says
see
it has a
It's-
pleasant smell.
Yep.
And it looks like a lemon rind. That plant on your shelf looks nothing like a lemon rind. Fucking bullshit.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Anyway,
I didn't
think
like
was-
it. Stu
I
liked
think
it. Go ahead.
I was
Try
quite
it.
good
The
because the
demo's
other
free.
thing, the other thing I was going to mention, there is a bit of a story going on, which I was quite impressed. There's a bit of murder.
Yes,
and
there is a bit of a story.
You've got to find out why someone's been murdered and all this. So there is pretty good. I thought it was good. I liked it. I thought it was rather interesting for a little game, and it reminded me of Professor Layton. You know, like graphically and stuff.
Sounds like I ought to stay away from Professor Layton.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should. But I liked it. I think it's a nice little interesting diversion. And I would imagine it's fairly stress-free apparently if you do play
Yeah, I
it.
was obviously not stressed by this
Unless
game.
you
It's just
do
so
play
relaxing.
Piece of shit.
But I quite liked it. Anyway, we'll move on because Duke definitely didn't like this demo, but I was
Definitely.
I've only got one other game to talk about because whilst I was waiting for Chinny, I'm like, I haven't played Pistol Whip for ages, and they've updated that, and that was a campaign and
Pistol
everything.
Whip.
So I was like, I'm gonna play the have a go at the campaign and see what this is all about, see if it's any good. And gotta say,
I'm gonna win you back if I have to pistol whip this guy all night. Pistol whip?
Ooh.
excellent.
Pistol Whip.
Gotta say, I was quite impressed. So it's got all voice acting. It's got like a bit of a story to link it all together, and in between each sort of scene, there's a cut scene that like progresses what's happening within the story. I'm like, wow, these guys, from what it was, the bare bones it was at the beginning, there is a fucking shit ton of content in this game now
A
compared
fuck
to
ton.
that. Fucking ton.
Wow.
There's like when I first got the game,
That's a lot.
there was a lot of content, but now there's a fucking fuck ton.
Wow.
They've added what? I don't know, maybe another 30 levels or something, if not more than that.
I don't know if that's a fuck ton. I think that would be more like a shit ton.
Shit ton, maybe a shit ton.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff anyway, and I'm quite impressed. Do you know what I mean? It's like they've just done a lot of stuff. The music's like still as cool. Shooting dudes in time to the music is awesome. They have started to. When this very first came out, it was literally all drum and bass.
Yeah.
Like all
I
drum
see
and bass.
Chinny gets to play audio of the music from things he wants to play, but he mutes me when I do music.
Yeah,
No, Duke. You were misheard. That was me.
What?
Beatboxing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that wasn't the music, man.
No.
Wasn't
That
the
wasn't the
music.
official soundtrack? Wow.
No, I know, but you didn't know.
Wow, wow. That was me.
Cool.
That's all me.
Well, anyway,
You need to go on tour, dude.
this expansion.
Everybody, Chinny! Here we go.
2089, and then they've also added like a cowboy themed campaign
Wow,
as
this
well.
is my cowboy.
Go on.
Oh.
Still sounds the same.
Shut the hell up!
But
Let's
anyway,
talk.
I know I'm trying, but this sci-fi level, the 2089, has got a sci-fi feel. It's no longer just drum and bass. They've added more stuff like sci-fi sounding.
To be fair, drum and bass is pretty sci-fi-y.
Yeah, not like this. Anyway, second level was quite
So it's
impressive.
dubstep then.
Well, no, it's kind of more just like futuristic sounding dance music. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, the second level, which is this one, is literally pistol whip because you've no ammo, so you literally got to punch the shit out of everything that comes at you.
Is it pistol whip or pistol whip?
Fucking pistol, fucking whip. And it's a lot of frigging fun doing uppercuts. And obviously the enemies react to whichever way you punch them.
Ow!
Punch to the left, they fly to the left. Punch to the right, they fly to the right.
Oh, that was rude.
They fly in the
Ow!
air.
That bloody well hurt, it did.
But again, I love this
How
game.
very dare you pistol whip me, you fucker.
That'd be pretty funny if they had a game where the enemies were like, what did I ever do to you? I'm just trying to protect my base.
I love this
Go ahead,
game,
Stu.
but fuck me, it's hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like this bit of the level, this is where I failed, and I'm like, oh, I've had enough.
Are these people like talking to you? Are those like speech bubbles, the big red circles? Or is
No,
that,
they're,
like, bullets are
they're the
coming at you?
bullets coming towards you that you have to dodge.
Ugh.
So you can only get hit twice with a bullet and you're dead.
Talk about stressful.
It is
Like
very
the colors
stressful.
alone are just, oh my god! Like,
Yeah, it's a stressful game, and
Oh
fuck me,
my god.
it's
Look
very
at her
tricky.
butt.
I mean, it does
I
warn
was
you
just
at the
talking about
beginning
something Latin class
of the
thing.
campaign. It says recommended for experienced players only.
Uh-huh.
You know, so it does go. And I can hardly call myself an experienced player anymore.
Not with that attitude.
No, with attitude, because it's a long time since I played this game. I couldn't even remember how to reload. Well, how the fuck do you reload the weapon? And then I remembered you have to just drop it
Is
like,
that how you
down.
reload?
You can
That's
reload
how it
very
sounds
quickly.
like when you reload. Yeah,
It is.
Wow.
yeah.
Anyway, excellent
That's for the
game,
people in the chat who keep talking about farting. So you're welcome.
but you have to be fit and have quite a bit of ducking skill and weaving
Yeah.
because you do a
Duck.
lot of movement.
It's a season 3 catchphrase.
Yeah, it's very good. So again, totally recommend it on VR. It's like I say, it was good value for money when it first released, but now I mean, there's so much goddamn content.
There's
in
just
this game.
so much content.
Fucking these guys
God.
give and keep on giving. You know, these guys know how to keep their audience happy.
Yes.
So yeah, totally recommend it. Give it a go. If you want to be fucking John Wick in a game, this is the game for you.
This
Oh.
is YouTube video with all these farts, and it's just a person going.
Yeah.
It's got 460,000 views. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I like this guy.
Oh my god, unbelievable.
There you go. Do Chinny anything
Nope,
more?
I'm
from
done.
you
Chinny, you got anything
two? Are
else?
you
No,
done?
just mini golf, I'm afraid.
There's
Sorry.
more mini golf. It's a good job we played that this morning.
How I love you, how I love you, Jesus.
I would have played something else. If
I
we
would have
hadn't
played a
played.
game, man.
Totally.
Played a game. We have got a bit of news before we move on. There is a little bit of news, and I would
I'm gonna
like-
watch that video.
Putting news first.
There is a video to go with this news, which I would like. Jesus Christ. Which I would like Chinny to
I'm
play.
giving the fans what they want. What do you want?
There you
Steve?
are.
Come on.
What do you want me to play?
It's in the news section of the notes. You'll see what says Pirate Trainer Arena.
Oh, I had the audio for that queued up.
So if you just want to click on that, Chinny, that's the video to go along with this bit of news. But basically, this last week, Pirate Trainer again, it's another Quest 2 game, and fuck me, I really want to play this with someone, but it's difficult. So this is called Pirate Trainer Arena, and they released this game like right at the launch of the original Oculus Quest, and it was out on PC prior to that.
Yeah.
And basically, it's a bit of a wave shooter. You stand and you have a shield and all that kind of bullshit. This game, you need a minimum 10 meters by 10 meter.
All right. So they've gone the other way. They've gone like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And this is basically fucking laser tag in VR.
Oh, wow.
And you can frigging play it yourselves. And you just look, these two dudes are on a tennis court. But, like, fuck me, it's just.
Can you
flipping-
imagine being on a tennis court doing that in
Oh, yeah,
public,
you look like
and
complete
people walking
knobs.
by like, oh, God help us.
But look at it in the game. It looks freaking awesome.
Yes, it does. You know what else you can do on a tennis court that's freaking awesome?
What, play
tennis?
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
shit. That
Yeah,
sounds
really.
totally shit.
Cares.
This looks way more exciting. So yeah, so these come up. I mean, basketball
the Duchess
court
is
would
hollering.
work. You know, Chitty, is there any lights on that field next to your house? Next time we come down, we could get them out, go on there.
I would not
Also let your
do
dog run
this
around on tennis court.
outside my house.
No, I think if you could get an indoor tennis court or a squash court or something of that nature.
I could. Hey, the car park at my work is fairly empty.
Yes. Is the lighting at night?
There is if you walk under the.
Because you couldn't do it in daylight, unfortunately, unless it were cloudy.
The lights are sensitive, so
Right.
you know if you walk under them, they come on.
Right. But it just looks awesome, doesn't it? I mean, it's like you're walking around this huge, massive freaking area shooting at each other and stuff.
I don't know.
I just think it looks awesome. I really want to play this.
I don't think I do.
Come on, you know you would.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, you need a big area, especially if you're playing with each other. You know, you can play this online, but again, it's still 10 meters by 10 meters. But you can obviously play it like these two are doing, like with each other in a crazy massive area. I just think it's awesome. I don't know play it. Anyway, I think that's kind of it for news. I don't think there was a lot of other news apart from Alan Wake 2's happening, just to confirm.
It's happening.
Didn't you say that last week?
Yeah, no, Alan Wake remake was sort of rumored. But it has been confirmed now.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Moving on.
And
Mail
that's
time?
it. No, that's it. There's not a lot of news. You know, news is
Okay.
like these days.
So we're ready to move
Oh, and people are fucking sick of hearing about Grand Theft Auto 5 on every fucking platform ever.
Well, then let's not talk about it.
Yeah, so we're not.
Gee, it's Grand Theft Auto. You can't make a mark. Come on, where you want to.
Anyway, we have got some emails, so let's do those.
Whoa, that ruled.
Now, I said emails, but we've actually got one email.
Ah, what the fuck's the point in doing this show?
I know.
It depends on the email. Who's it from?
It's from Jacinta.
Yay,
That's
Jacinta!
okay,
My name is Jacinta.
Oh, the show almost got cancelled.
And she says it's comfort games.
Okay.
Comfort games. She
Minecraft.
says,
Rocket League.
Hey,
Missed.
hey guys.
Sometimes Rocket League can be a comfort game, but a lot of times it's sour children being toxic.
Stressful game. Hey guys. Hey guys.
Hey.
It is currently 4:30 a.m.
Oh, the baby got you up.
and the little guy is woken early for a feed. I'm
nailed
hoping it will go back to sleep soon.
Yeah, go back to sleep,
Anyways,
kid.
we're still in lockdown here, and to be honest, I'm not coping so great. Yeah, we've been through this shit, haven't we, Ginny? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I'm still on maternity. What she needs is poker. That's what she needs. Get a
You
VR
gonna get
headset,
up at
poker.
3 a.m. to poker with her?
Play some poker.
We played poker with some Australian chap.
We
Ant.
did.
Ant. Was it Ant?
Yeah, we did.
Adam?
Ant.
Ant?
Adam, Ant.
Sorry,
Adam and the
Ant.
Ants.
Adam and the Ants. Yeah.
There you go.
So I can't remember his. It's probably Steve. His name.
Steve. Fred.
It begins with A.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not coping so great. I'm still on
Ant.
maternity leave, so I'm basically getting zero
sorry, mate.
social, zero social interaction besides my partner and baby. So I think today, at a more reasonable hour, I'm going to play one of my comfort games, Final Fantasy 14 Online. That's a lot of Roman numerals. Question: do you have any comfort games, ones that you gravitate towards if you're low or sick?
No.
Not when I'm low, but Night Sky is a very. I actually find it relaxing because I've played through it like 10 times at least, but probably 20 by this point. And like I know exactly what I need to do in each level, and it's not stressful in any way at this point for me. Even the levels that I have to do a few times, because there's certain levels you have to like move the ball just right. But I know I'll be able to get through it, and it's just soothing. And there's every part of each level is like 3 screens. And there are certain screens that are just like, you just watch the ball glide across it. It's so nice. So,
Yeah,
Night
very
Sky,
nice.
that's my biggest comfort.
I think for me, it's either, obviously my go-to games like that are Journey and Flower, of course. Because you don't have to do a lot, and they do make you feel nice inside. You know what I mean? I know you hate them, Duke, but
I wouldn't say I hated Flower. I mean, that's the only one I played. It's not that I hated it. It's that I just got bored with it very quickly. So I don't
Yeah.
hate it. it's not for me.
But yeah, it's nice.
I guess
It
games
looked
about
nice.
plants just aren't my thing, huh?
Maybe
Mushroom
that's
11.
what it is.
Mushroom 11 was my
Oh, yeah, you
was
like
a
Mushroom
good
11.
game, so I did like that. So it's not all games about plants.
So yeah, that's how I would go to one of those two games. Chinny, for you?
Just somewhat relaxing, really. Like
Minecraft always works.
No, somewhat
Yes,
relaxing,
Minecraft
like
unless the zombies are.
Yeah, that is true.
just something just easy going, like Dark Souls.
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
Black. Ninja Gaiden Black. Apparently that's very easy going and chilled.
Trying to think what game. So I'm not really playing games very regular at the moment. I'm in a bit of a fuck games vibe at the moment. But I suppose Snooker 19 would qualify. Warzone would be in there. Minecraft certainly is a game that I vibe out to, as the children say. Minecraft is probably the answer. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Minecraft. Yeah, I think that's about it, really, isn't it? I can't think of any other games that I'll probably go to. But anyway, there is a bonus question.
Okay.
Bonus question. Are there any other ways that you treat yourself?
Treat yourself.
Treat
That's a
yourself.
Parks and Recreation reference. I mean, it's not about treating myself exactly, but like, I do watch through Parks and Rec, The Office, 30 Rock, Brooklyn Nine-Nine over and over again because, like, when it's time to wash the dishes, I find it, even I actually like washing dishes. We have a dishwasher here at the new house, and we've never used it.
Insane.
Yeah, you're a weirdo.
It's enjoyable to just sit and watch a fun show and then wash the dishes at the same time. So that's one thing that I've become, I've always been addicted to, watching TV and being entertained, but I think the ease with which I can just summon Brooklyn Nine-Nine on my phone and just have it playing it has made it even more engrossing. So it's not healthy necessarily for me to be indulging all the time in that kind of entertainment, but, that and podcasts mean that there are really very few times, like showering, when I don't have some kind of entertainment going on.
There you go. Chinny, what about you? How do you treat yourself? Treat yourself.
Tara was talking to me about sort of this kind of subject. It's like it's important for your well-being
yeah.
to do things that you like and not to pretend that you like something because you're into, like, for example, I don't like football, and I don't think you're really into football too much, Stu.
No, I have a look how Preston do every week, and that's about it.
But say if I was trying to be into football because my mates are into it, and this whole thing about being integral to yourself, which you was talking about, and like if you're lying to yourself, it'll eat away at you. Day by day, minute by minute.
I'm pretending to like football, Chinny.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you sort of do things that you don't really enjoy doing, or if it's just being, it's integrity to oneself. So, for me, what at the moment, what I really enjoy doing is playing snooker. That's my way.
That's how you treat yourself.
Yeah, that's my way of, like, I don't think of anything else when I'm playing snooker. I'm playing snooker and I'm just concentrating on getting better, making breaks in snooker. I'm enjoying it. It's pure enjoyment of, and I suppose because snooker's so satisfying when it's going well, like because it's balls going into holes, right? So it's just satisfying to do. I imagine how basketball is, or just any sport where something just goes into a hole. It just feels great. And if
you got there without too much frustration, because that's the problem with golf, is that, like, it's by the time you get the ball in the hole, a lot of times you're like, triple bogey, god damn it.
Well, snooker's very frustrating. It's a very frustrating sport. It's very difficult, but it's rewarding, and I suppose that's how I treat myself. It's just I just enjoy it so much. And I justify it because I work a lot and I've been working hard.
Yeah. I think it's fair enough.
Work can be stressful, but I do have video games that video games are a reward as well, and I'm just not playing that many. I've got, I think, Mafia that sort of in the back burner that I really want to start, and
By the way, we haven't done Play My Game, bitch, for this week. Duke, I believe it's your turn to give him some.
I've gone through all the free stuff on Steam that's worth playing, and all the stuff on Game
What about
Pass that I know
Stu's
about.
Steam
I don't want to
list?
make.
What about Stu's Steam?
I have a lot of Steam
I'll
games
look
on my
on his
Steam list.
list
So
and
I'll
see
have a
if I
quick
can
look
find
while we're talking.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the way I treat myself, and this is probably a funny one, really, because it doesn't cost anything or anything, but I really love just sitting and compiling playlists for me DJing stuff, and just sort of going through what's new, what's been released in the last couple of weeks, if there's anything cool, any cool remixes and stuff that's from ages ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And I quite enjoyed this week's mix, by the way, because I did a full-on old funk mix. So most of the stuff in this mix is original funk tunes from the 70s and 80s.
Nice.
So most of them aren't remixes, although I did chuck a couple of those in. I chucked one track in particular, and I was very proud of it because it comes out of nowhere and it just fits and it just sounds awesome. It's probably the least. It's not really a funk track either, but it's a proper toe tapper, and it's one that nobody would expect.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that was just genius. It just worked. So I'm quite proud of this week's mix. So if you want to give it a listen, it's great because it's just got some really good tunes.
Always plugging.
Not always, but I haven't plugged it on the show for a long time.
ABP. Always be plugging.
Always be plugging. But yeah, if you want to have a listen, look up
Still
DJ
plugging.
No Clue. I better give some names out. DJ No Clue
Find
on
my
Mixcloud. Yeah, and I think you might find you'll like it. It's a good little mix. It really is. I'm quite proud of it because I tried to mix some stuff that's more difficult to mix. Because obviously it doesn't have the fall to the floor beats on a lot of the tracks, so it's trying to keep those mixed together without sounding shit. So it's not quite as easy. But yeah, I think that's how I do it. I just enjoy just chilling and just mixing shit. Coming up with new playlists and stuff. And there's always something new to play, which is what I like.
Your game of the week.
Yeah.
Is
what?
He's giving my game, bitch.
Oh, right. Here we go. Sorry.
It's The Bridge.
The Bridge.
It is a puzzle game
Bridge.
in black and white. It will fry your goddamn noodle.
Yeah, well.
Stu played it for 0.3 hours. So
I did.
You can do better than Stu, I think.
It fried my friggin' noodle.
I guess so.
It's a difficult game.
The Bridge.
It's difficult, but I think it's very well made. So
oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But difficult. It's difficult, just saying.
Very difficult.
So that's it. That's how we all treat
right.
ourselves.
Any speak pipes? Yeah.
Yes, I've sent them to you. It should be 3.
I'll also say like about treating yourself. Like I've never been one who's into like fancy things. Like my clothing is kind of schlubby, and I mean I have a suit and tie for work, but it's time to get a new coat because that one's getting old. Yeah, I don't care about fancy cars. I don't care about big TVs. I don't really care about any of that
care
stuff.
about fancy cars. I don't care
The one
about big
thing that I do
TVs.
like is eating out because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
I don't eat fancy food. I like getting when I'm on my way home, the way I treat myself after school is I like to stop by maybe Subway or Taco Bell or something, or a local place and get something to eat because I know I should eat more vegetables and homegrown stuff and things like that. And I'm trying, but I also like to get, a sandwich at Subway or, pizza from Pizza Hut or something. Yeah. So that's another way I treat myself.
I'm plugging it. I put it in the chat, my link to my mix this week. There you go.
There you go. All right. It is time for the Speaker Pop.
Type. It's the way to leave a message for us.
All right. Looks like there's 2. 3.
There should be 3. There should be
3.
2 off
Yeah,
one
I got
person.
3. Sorry. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one is from Prized Elephant, and it's 8 seconds. Y'all ready?
Yep.
I need to go poo.
That is it.
Okay.
That is it.
That's it.
That is it.
Prized Elephant.
All right. I'm glad she let us know.
Yeah. She? Is it he or she?
Oh right, yeah. I just assumed it was a little girl. But
Anyway,
it could be a
whoever
boy.
sent that in, thank
Sorry.
you very much.
Yeah.
Right.
There
All
should
right,
be two
then-
off John
Yes,
Nezzy, and then
there
another one
are
I've sent
two
you
off John
tonight.
Nezzy.
Yeah, you said three.
Another
there's
one.
four.
Oh my God.
You know, I sent you one from Derek.
Oh
There
yeah,
should
I
be-
see that. Okay, right. Okay, well here's the first one from John Nezzy, aka Neezy Does It.
Easy.
Hey, veteran gamers. Oh no.
And that's it.
Oh, I love it.
Is that
there
it?
you
Oh,
go.
he cocked up his first one, we're guessing.
It's the evening of 77-second speak pipes. All right, this
Well, I
one's
don't-
90 seconds.
Yeah, he must have cocked up the first one. I like that.
Hello, veteran gamers. It's Neezy Does It here, otherwise known as John Nezzy.
What?
I thought I'd send you a little speak pipe and yeah, just say hello. I say little speak pipe and set you a little challenge as well.
Oh.
What a lot of people actually don't know about me is that I'm actually bi. And that's right, I speak 2 languages. Those being English and French.
Oh, zut alors, c'est très bien. Oh, oh, j'aime beaucoup le camembert.
And I thought I'd set you a little challenge where I would say one of your sound bites in French, and you guys have to guess which one it is.
Well, I took a lot of French in high school and
Well-
college, so I'm going to step back from this.
Yeah, and I'm an academic when it comes to French, so I shouldn't do
So
this. Ginny,
Yeah.
I'll leave it to you.
Well, I
That's
did
bullshit.
French,
Stu
and
just
in
doesn't
my
want it.
French lesson, I printed out the whole lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody and sang it, and then got sent out in French. So I,
True.
I
love.
think
I love that. I would love that.
Did you
to
really
be
do
true.
that?
that is absolutely true.
Awesome. It's funny you
fucking
say that actually,
brilliant?
because one day in French class when I was bored in French class because we were covering stuff I already knew, and I sat and translated all the lyrics to Anna Ang by They Might Be Giants. So,
No,
Stu, do you have a French musical connection?
Nope.
No, I
Is
just
your
I'm just a
is your
liar.
taxi?
for some
There you go,
reason
that's
I think
all
I
know
think
in
it was
French.
when like because I was in school from 97 to 2001, so 2002. So this was when the internet was sort of finding its feet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the internet was sort of just struggling to like, what is the internet?
It had become the nightmare hellscape it is now.
Yeah, but back then this was maybe year 10, year 11 to the last. So it was like, the kind of years where you like, I'm never gonna fucking learn French. Who gives a shit? Me and Matthew Cooper, who has gone on to do great things. He's been in prison twice. Well,
Wow.
he printed off the lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody and said, Chin, you can print lyrics off the internet, and this was amazing
Yeah.
to us, right? So we said, okay. Well, I don't think he printed the lyrics of Bohemian Rhapsody, but I was like, well, what's the longest song we can print? And we was like, Bohemian Rhapsody, of course, all right? So we
Well, it
printed
goes
that,
on forever.
and then we was like, we should sing it in French. So but we got sent out.
Oh my God.
But the way it happened was me and Matthew Cooper was like, we're gonna
I
go.
think you were
for it.
pretty creative. I
We're
don't know
gonna
why you
go.
got
We're gonna
sent
go.
out.
Right? If we sang it in French, we probably would have gone A, but we didn't.
Oh, well, that's probably why.
But we sang it in English in French, in the French lesson, and so we sang the whole thing. Right? And as we got, oh my God, I have to mute. Sorry. So we sang it was getting louder and louder, and eventually the class stopped. And so we carried on singing. Got to the end, right? The teacher was just looking at us. So we didn't know if the teacher was sort of like, oh, this is kind of funny. Like, you know, like sort of letting us get away with it.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
as
sure.
soon as we stopped, everybody was like, "Whoa," like that. And then the teacher, I never forget it, just looked at us and went, get out. Like, just no, just get out.
That's brilliant.
And we didn't even argue. It was like, yeah, no, we deserve it.
Yeah. No worries.
So
We're
anyway,
out.
if you do know the answer, Duke, don't shout out immediately to John Nezzy's thing, so I'll try
Right.
and guess it. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Stu, you should also try to guess because you
I
liar.
will.
You don't know
I
French.
know
one
French.
at a time.
Bonjour.
Do you really speak some French, Stu?
No, don't have balls. Right, go on. We
Oh,
get it
I was
on
going to
with
say, I've never heard you speak French.
Yeah, that's it. So,
Come on, t'appelles.
the one I'm going to do today is Je suis une patate.
Hold on.
You want me to
Just-
do it again?
Yes, do it again. Do it again.
The one I'm going to do today is Je suis une patate.
Je suis une patate.
Je suis-
So it's I am something.
I am. Because je suis anglais is the only thing I know. That's je suis. I am English. Or I speak English.
I am a potato. I am a potato.
I'm a potato.
I'm a potato.
Well done, Stu.
Who can tell me which one of your sound bites that is?
I was gonna give you a clue that I had played it once today. So.
And that's it for me. Oh yeah, the other thing. I've actually sent 2 speak pipes. I tried to send another one, but I think it's like 7 seconds. I did send it in the end, but what happened is that I started talking and I just inadvertently did a Derek Sainz voice. And I just didn't mean to. It was just because I was thinking of speak pipes, and just when I think of speak pipes, I always think of Derek speak pipes. So I sent a 7-second speak pipe of me just saying, "Hi, veteran gamers," accidentally doing a Derek Sainz voice, and then just hanging up.
Hello,
so that's why there's 2 of them. Anyway, that's it for me. Bye.
There you go. It threw me with Patat because. Obviously, because I, do a lot of kit. Actually, Duke, I do have a small confession. Although I don't speak French, I know a lot of kitchen French.
Okay.
Obviously, with being a trained chef, etc. So, a potato's pomme de terre for me, not a patat.
Right.
Patat.
Yes.
So that threw me slightly until I thought about it. I'm like, I'm a potato. So there you go.
Would you like to come through to the Polo Lounge? And then he offers her a polo. That's from the
Est la vraie vie.
Mise en place, chef, mise en place.
Duke's showing off. He's doing Queen
dans
French.
un glissement de terrain ne peut échapper à la réalité. I didn't do the pacing right there, but whatever.
No, I think the timing was all over the place, to be quite honest.
Who are you,
Je
Simon
vois
Cowell?
petit silhouette d'homme, Scaramouche, Scaramouche, va tu faire le fandango. All right,
That's
so we
what
got
you
another
should have
speak
done,
pipe
Chinny.
here.
You'd have been fine.
Yeah,
We got Derek.
Right. Derek? We got Derek.
Derek.
So the question is, does Derek actually enjoy that sound clip? Does Jacinta like the ones? Or are they annoyed like, why did I have to play it every
They love
time?
it.
I would imagine.
I love it.
All right, here we go. Derek.
Hello, veteran gamers. It's Derek Scenes back again.
I think Derek Sain should do a Nezzy voice when he sends a speak pipe.
Yeah, he should.
Make it equal.
Going to do my next quiz for you on the 31st of October, the Halloween Spooktacular quiz. But after what happened at work earlier this week on Wednesday, I thought I'd do another quiz for you next weekend.
Oh.
And the reason for that, they were asking for ideas for team building exercises at work a few weeks ago. And I had put forward the idea that I could do a quiz over Microsoft Teams, because although there are some people working in the office like me, there are quite a lot of people still working at home.
Look at Derek being all helpful and supportive to his coworkers.
Quite keen on the idea, and when I did the quiz earlier this week, it seemed to go down pretty well.
Yeah.
So
Do you know what?
Of course it did. Your quizzes are great, Derek.
I was going to say they were in for a treat that they just didn't know they were going to get, because Derek's quiz
That's
is
a real trick or treat.
phenomenal.
Quiz next weekend. See if you could match my colleague's score that they got.
We're going to fucking smash it.
As a follow-up to that, I know you've all got very different jobs, but are your employers keen on team building exercises? Do you yourself suggest team building exercises?
No.
Don't know.
Have you had any recently?
No, team
have
building.
you been on any where it's had the opposite effect and it's maybe caused divisions in the workforce rather than bringing people closer together?
So
I'll just leave it at that. So until next week's quiz, keep on gaming.
We do what we call it quarterly activities. So
now, Chinny, just for people who don't know, you're the boss of your own company.
Yeah.
So when you talk about team building, you're like, oh, team building. Like, you get to choose whether you do this or not.
No. I filmed the team bonding.
Oh, I got you.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, but we do at work.
Sorry. What company was like, these people are not just going to love the team building activity. They're going to want a video of it.
No, because it was all apprentices, you see. So, all building companies want to look like they're doing well, not raping the earth of resources and putting houses where no one wants them, right?
Yes.
So these are housing companies. So housing companies are usually a bit softer because they build houses and then they rent them out to people that need them. Basically, it's a license to print money, whereas building companies are quite volatile because the margins are very small. Anyway, we've worked with a company it was a new customer, and they said we're doing an apprentice scheme, and there's a lot of team building and stuff. And we filmed it in Matlock, Stu. You know Matlock?
Oh yeah, I love Matlock's. Lovely
So
place.
there's a place in Matlock. I know, yeah, that's what I thought. And there's a place in Matlock where there's high climbing and zip ropes and all sorts of stuff. And this also was on the day where it was fucking 86,000 degrees outside.
Oh God!
And it was all outdoor filming. So the good thing it wasn't raining, so that's fine. But yeah, it was just filming people on high ropes and doing like sort of leaps of faith and zip lines. We got the drone out and all that sort of shit. But it sounds exciting, but a lot of it is just people struggling at the first bit, and you're just like in the blazing sun going, fucking hell, just jump, jump.
Right.
So that's why I went, ugh. But at work, what we do, we have quarterly activities. So we have a scorecard at work that we change every week in Excel. Stu, you'd be happy to know.
I like that. I like that.
It's all color coded and all that sort of stuff.
Good.
And if it's green, which means
I'm glad to see Matt is still on with Excel.
if
Good lad.
it's green, so if our targets are on point, so we're getting enough inquiries in, the production team are knocking the projects out, if everybody's on time, we get good feedback, all that sort of stuff. But every green one we get like a money amount, and then that money goes into the pot, and then at the end of the quarter we spend that money on an activity. Do you know what I mean? So we
okay.
So we go, okay, because we've done well, we've got a bit more money, so we'll have a meal and we'll do this. So the next one we're doing is football golf.
All right, yes,
so
I've seen this.
Yeah, so it's just footy golf. It's tricky though, because I mean we're only a small team, but to pick an activity that everybody's sort of game for, it just gets harder and harder as our team gets bigger and bigger. But most people are okay. Yeah, so footy golf. There's another one. Oh, by the way, I remember, what was that thing where it was mini golf but with snooker or pool?
Oh, pit pat.
Pit pat. I said this at work. I was like, there's this thing that I want to do, and I said to Sarah, I was like, find out if it's in Birmingham. Find out, because I want to do it for Christmas. I want to do it. I don't care about.
Yeah,
whatever.
they've got mini golf there as well, so you can do all this stuff.
Yeah, let's get our golf there. But anyway, there's a thing called Floodgate in Birmingham, and it's got loads of shit like this, and it's got curling as well, but like fun. But you know, all this sort of stuff. So we do those kind of activities, and to kind of just.
It's more of a reward than
it's more of a reward, but the good thing about it is because you spend so much time together, at work. It's nice to kind of just do something a little bit social with the people that you spend so much time with.
Yeah, just chill.
Because I do like everybody at work, and I do get on with everyone, and I'd like to think that they get on with me, and it's just, let's just relax. Let's not talk about anything about work.
To be honest with you, they like this chinny behind your back.
Wanker.
Once upon a time, we were going out for a Friday afternoon beverage social event. The English teachers mostly, but we bring some other people sometimes as well. And there was a student in the room, and so I went by and I was like, "Hey, are you coming to the workshop?" And so they were like, "Yeah, I'm coming." I was like, "All right." So ever since then, it's the workshop. And so we were like, "Okay, there's a workshop this week. Y'all come to the workshop." The funny thing is, there's a new teacher in our pod, and I was like, we sent an email around, like, "Hey, there's a workshop this weekend, Friday, 3:30. Be there." And he was like, "I don't think I can make it." And then we were like, "Oh, do you have something going on? Like, why can't you come?" And he was like, I don't know. Why do you have a work thing right after school? And we're like, "Oh, no. He thought it was actually a work thing." And we're like, "Oh no. It's just us going and having a drink." But the new principal that we have in our school brought something that she had done in her previous school, which is they call them flocks. And they split the school up into groups of 12 people. And you have people from, and the reason for this, it makes sense. A lot of principals have tried to do this. It doesn't usually work very well, mostly because they don't actually implement it very often, because we don't get together frequently enough to make it worthwhile. And you may remember, actually, there was something similar on the Over 35s forum way back in the day. You remember when they made those teams, like Alpha, Zulu, Gamma, that whole thing? It was sort of like that. So the first thing we did this year was we got together with our flock, and we chose a name and we chose a logo and this and that, and we made a little poster, but we haven't touched it since. So that was 3 weeks ago, and I don't see any situation anytime soon where they're going to bring that back. So, I started to say the reason that they try to do this often is because left to our own devices, everybody in the building tends to spend the most time with just their own department. So the English teachers hang out together, the math teachers hang out together, the social studies teachers, because you have to work together a lot to plan your curriculum. The problem is that you can go the whole year without ever talking to someone from another department. So they want to kind of mix it up, but there's not a lot of time to do that. So that's the big challenge in a school.
There you go. Well, they don't do anything like that where I work, so I don't care. I just go in, do my job, and come home and don't fucking socialize with them.
You don't ever go out for drinks with the people that you work with? Would you like to?
Nope.
I actually really enjoy that, so I wish everybody could have that experience at least.
Nope. It's a bit weird where I
jerks,
work.
or you don't have really that interest.
It's a little bit weird where I work because
they all have drinks too.
I am one of 2 men who work there, and that's it. Everyone else is a girl, so it's a little bit weird.
Most of the people in the English department are almost all women. So that's
all women. So
That's
it's a
all
little
right,
bit weird.
You're just sexist, Stu. That's
You hate women. That's all I'm hearing.
I hate women, so I don't want to mix with women. No, it's a little bit odd because I'd literally be the only bloke there. It'd be a bit weird. So I don't know. It's a bit weird. Anyway, moving on.
Sure.
I think it's time to do some shout outs and get the hell out of here.
I think it is time to do some shout outs and get
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
There you go, Chinny. Go.
Well, shout out to you, Stu, for recommending a game that I like. How about that?
I know, it's about time. I know it doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't. Duke? That was short and sweet.
Well, I'll shout out Jacinta for writing in. I'll shout out Nezzy Does It because he Nezzy Does It for sending in 2 speak pipes. I will shout out the baby elephant for having to poop, whoever that was. I will shout out Derek Sainz for preparing us a quiz. We'll take his word for it that he is because he hasn't ever lied to us before. I will shout out the Duchess for being awesome. I will shout out, just say Jacinta, because she sent the email. And I will shout out Tainted Brain because he's having a rough day, and I hope your day gets better, or I hope it has gotten better than when you tweeted earlier today. And I will shout out Antonio because I haven't really heard from him since he moved to Scotland. But I hope his move went well or is going well or whatever. And I'll shout out everybody listening. And I really appreciate the fact that there are people out there who are part of this community, and it's not just us talking into the mic, because even during the show, it's so much more fun to have people chatting with us during the show and saying that I look like an accountant. I don't know what that means. I don't think that's true, but okay. I'll take it. I don't mind that. But I don't want to be an accountant. I want to be a lion tamer. And I've got a hat. And big hat lights up. It says lion tamer.
That is true.
See, the
totally
problem,
true.
y'all remember that Monty Python sketch?
Yeah, we do.
The problem is, if I call the zoo and say, I'd like to give you a new lion tamer, their first question is not going to be, has he got his own hat?
That is true also.
Right.
I'm
Anyway,
going to shout out.
thank you, everybody. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to shout out Chinny for playing golf with me until his battery ran out because I'm quite impressed.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll shout out Stu for recommending that stupid plant game.
Oh, no, it's a great game. And I'll also shout out, she clearly doesn't listen, but I'm going to shout out anyway because I think she deserves it. Emma Raducanu, who won the US Open women's tennis yesterday and beat that fucking sore loser from Canada. Just saying.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. I mean, I know what
US
tennis
Open
is,
tennis.
but
US Open tennis.
Who did she beat?
She beat, I can't remember what
the
her name was
Canadian
even
one.
now. But she was a Canadian girl, and she
You
was
Canadians are all the same.
she was a proper sore loser. She was a proper sore loser, and she was like, "Ooh, next time I'll win the correct trophy." I was like, "Whatever."
What's that mean?
Okay.
Because she had obviously she came second, didn't she? So she got the little plate instead of the trophy. So she was like to her fans, "Oh, next time I'll win the right trophy."
Well, Stu, I mean, I don't know anything about tennis, and I don't know anything about these women, but she's probably been like training for this for fucking years. All right.
Yeah,
so she's allowed to be a little bit annoyed when she loses at the post.
What's the last thing you competed in, Stu?
I don't.
Well,
Playing golf with
hard.
Chinny this morning.
What's the British girl's name?
Emma Raducanu.
Oh, she beat Layla Fernandez.
Yeah. And she was a sore loser.
Well,
it is important to lose with dignity, but I can
It
also
is.
see Chinny's point about how
Totally.
well,
difficult it must
yeah,
be
but she
to
didn't
train
lose
your
and
whole
go,
life.
fuck that bitch.
Yeah,
you know what I
really.
mean? Like
This is bullshit. Are you
this is
cheating?
fucking bull. She just went, next year I'm gonna fucking do it again and fuck you all up.
Yeah.
Like she's a fighter. But that's what Americans are great
No, do you know
at.
what? No, she's a Canadian.
Well,
But
like,
anyway,
it's
different
the
country,
same
but it's
fucking
fine.
thing, isn't it?
You go mental when people say you're from Brum. So
Well,
you know
no, because people from Birmingham are literally backwards.
So what's the
Like they
difference?
walk
Anyway,
backwards. They're insane.
Baron von Glower says
Sorry.
she's a teenager. Give her a break.
Sorry,
No,
John Mouse, by the
No. Do you know what? She was a sore loser, and she still got $1.5 million for coming second. I
It's
think
not
she's
about
all
the
right.
money.
She's fucking all right.
It's not about the
Uh,
money.
And our girl, she beat her. Do you know what though? I do
Stu,
think
if it
and
was
I-
about the money, Roger Federer would have fucked off years ago.
Well, true. I think no, they're just greedy, man. They're greedy. I think
No, it's about
Emma Raducanu and this other girl, whatever she's called, the Canadian girl. It could be another Fernandez. Could be another Federer stroke Djokovic female thing going on with a bit of luck, because that could be cool. That could be cool. I don't care where Raducanu was born. She plays for us. It doesn't matter.
Where was she born?
Canada, apparently. Look, she plays for Great Britain. It's
Yeah,
all
well,
good.
Mo Farah wasn't born in England, was
Exactly. I don't know. Probably. Who
he? No,
knows?
I don't think he was. I think he was born
Look, it
somewhere
doesn't
else.
matter as long
It
as they
doesn't
play for us.
matter.
And she's lived in the UK since she was 2. So
yeah,
it's not
so
like
I think that's the very same thing.
I think that counts. She's been here nearly all her life.
Where's Mo
And it doesn't
Farah
matter. She's
born?
fucking good at tennis, and we finally got someone to replace Andy Murray, so it's all good.
Yeah, he was born in Somalia, Mo Farah.
Yeah, there you go. You see.
But he's lived in Britain. He's British. He's a British guy.
Yeah,
and
and
he
let's
eats
be honest.
Quan.
Yeah, let's be honest. We'll adopt anyone if they're good at something. It doesn't
Fucking
matter
hell.
where they
We'll
come
take
from.
what we can get.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's be honest. Andy Murray's Scottish, but we were fine with him playing tennis.
Yeah. He's all right. He's one of us.
Scottish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ugh, just saying. Sorry,
Mm.
Armar.
Why is Andy Murray's mum everywhere?
I like Andy Murray's mum. She's all right.
Did you watch the Soccer Aid thing, Stu?
I did.
I think that was on my birthday. I was in Wales when that was going on.
It was actually quite good fun, but we were.
Hey, Lee Mack scored. That's me.
He did.
That's
Lee
me.
Mack scored. Yeah, and Kevin from fucking Love Island just
Kid
kept
from
banging
Love
him
Island
in.
he played genuinely quite well.
He did. He just kept
And then
banging him in.
did you do what I do and go, Wayne Rooney looks old, man?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He looks rusty as well. He didn't play very well, did he?
No, he looks fat. But you know what? You work. You have to be the peak of like fitness, don't you, when you're a footballer? And then
Yeah.
when you retire, I bet you're like, fuck this.
Fuck that shit. I'm not going to
So,
do that
you can't blame
training
him.
shit no more.
But I'm the same age as Wayne Rooney.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And also today I went for a meal, and I bumped into somebody that I haven't seen for 20 years, right?
God, that's a
from
long time.
school, and his brother was in my year at school. The person that I bumped into was a year younger than me.
Right.
And his brother, I says, "Oh, how's Matt?" That's his brother. He's like, "Oh, he's over there." I don't know why, but they were having meals at the same time, but at different tables. I have no idea why. And so I went over to him and said, "Oh," and then Tara says, "Oh, how much older is Luke to you?" And I went, "He's a year younger than me." All right.
Wow.
So I'm feeling great.
Looking good for your age. Looking
But
good.
also, he just went through a divorce and he works outside making windows, so he's probably that's why he's
Weathered.
aged. Yeah,
He's
he's weathered.
weathered.
He's weathered.
He's weathered.
So when Tara eventually leaves me, not if, when, because she realizes that she's settling.
When she has to trade you in for a younger model.
Yeah, I'll age a lot by then, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, no.
What are we talking about?
I'm not just saying
I thought we were wrapping this up, but apparently not.
I'm not just saying
Pillow
this,
says,
but-
"Thanks, guys. Really enjoyed the show. Take care." No one ever says that, do they?
No. Oh, thanks, Pillow.
Take care.
Take care. We will do.
I
Thank
hope you don't fall down a well.
Yeah, I hope you don't trip up and break your neck.
Thank you very much, love.
But yeah, no one ever thinks I'm nearly 50, and I don't think I'm nearly 50, really, even though I know I really am.
No, yeah, you don't look. I think you know what does you favours. You're not grey.
No, I've no grey hair at all. I have a few wispy ones.
That's
at the
insane.
side, and that is it.
That's
That is it.
insane.
I
Yeah.
know, I'm 50 next year.
I
grey
found
down here.
I have grey hair in my beard. I've had grey hair in my hair.
I have a bit in my beard, little bit, not loads. Though, a little bit.
I found grey hair in my hair since I was like 18. I've always found, but look, it's coming through. It's coming through. But I found like a grey chest hair that scared me the other day.
That scared me.
I was like, oh no.
Jen Kirkman has a whole bit about finding gray pubic hairs. She's like,
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
All right, I think that means we're done when we're talking
done.
about pubic hairs.
I think
Are
it's
we?
so great, especially grey ones.
If you like
Grey,
this
curly
podcast,
whirlies.
there is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net. And on there, you find a bunch of links to other video game podcasts.
And they're all great, so check it out.
Really?
Enchantment. 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 Enchantment.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, that was a good show, I thought.
Enchantment.
Wow.
Yeah, things went well.
Gay, by the way, Duke.
Enchantment.
By the way, Duke.
Yes.
I think you'll like this week's mix. Do you know why?
Enchantment.
Does it have enchantment on it?
No, because I've put quite a few tracks in there that Daft Punk have sampled.
Enchantment.
Funk and disco tracks that Daft Punk used in their tunes. And one of them,
Well, okay.
to be fair, I think all they did was take the lyrics out and put different ones in, and that was all they did.
Ooh. Have you heard Akintoye rapping over Harder, Better, Faster?
Wow. Now, it's funny you should say that, because that is the exact song I am discussing here. Just
So
look
no.
up Cola Bottle Girl or something like that. It's
I will,
called.
but first I want
Go
to.
on.
Chinny, do you have to stop the stream if I'm going to play
yeah,
this?
it probably
Because it's
will.
not. But it's not copy. Well, I mean, it's he's rapping over "Harder, Better, Faster" by Daft
Just
Punk.
play it, but I'll just mute the stream
Okay.
so you can.
Yeah, just play it.
So Duke's playing music, so I've had to mute them, Antonio. But Antonio, you were mentioned today. So Duke's showing Stu music. Stu's not listening.
Hi.
Alright, there you go.
Hey, how could I not
Antonio's in the chat.
Hey, what's
You
up,
mentioned
Antonio?
Antonio. You said I haven't heard from him.
Antonio.
Why doesn't he like
Hey, Arju,
me?
play that. I've put it in the YouTube chat.
Okay.
No,
Play
they're just
that.
playing
I
it.
don't
The
see
show's
the
over.
YouTube
Antonio.
chat.
They're
Yeah,
playing
just
it.
play that.
I don't see anything in the YouTube chat from you, Stu.
And there is Stuart Fowler. It's there. I don't know what you're not looking
Anyone
at.
interested? The last thing from Stuart Fowler on my screen says, "For anyone interested."
That's ages ago. Just refresh your screen, for God's sake.
Well, I see Antonio's comments. Maybe it blocked yours because it's a link. And
Oh,
YouTube
for
doesn't let
fuck's
links in the
sake. Yeah,
chat.
just a minute.
Put
I'll
it in
put
the
it
Zoom chat.
I will do.
Put it in the Zoom
Okay.
chat.
And by the
I'll
way,
put it-
Chinny, I put something in the Zoom chat for you, the Magritte painting, if you wanted to show that.
Oh.
That was like 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, Akintoye has an album called Centerpiece, which is really good. Y'all should check it
Yeah, you do look like that
Go
painting.
stupid.
You do look like that.
out. Oh, yeah. Wow. Holy crap. That's not... just a decade.
Yeah,
It's
thinking
just
that
I
they
didn't know
made
what
it and
was
they didn't.
originally called. The same thing like that was Miles Davis has electric. I don't know what it's called. Jazz. I don't know. I'm probably not going to get it right, but anyway, here's the thing. There's this industrial music group called Consolidated, and they had a song that I really got into. And then I found this Miles Davis song that they basically just stole the sound of it from. And I was like, oh, that's such a letdown. I thought they had made that song. But it was really this other thing. And Mos Def has a song on the first song on his, and out there who listens to Mos Def, the first song on Black on Both Sides is called Fear Not of Man. He did his own version of it, but Fela Kuti has a song called Fear Not for Man, I think it's called, and it's the same melody. So I was like, wow, it's just, that can be fun when you find the antecedent of it, but it's frustrating when you realize the person just ripped it off.
I mean, to be fair to Daft Punk, they didn't rip it off. They obviously got permission to use it, etc., etc.
Yeah,
so
but I mean, like, I'm the sucker because
involved.
I thought they made it from scratch.
No, there's another one exactly the same. I'm trying to find it now, but there's another one that sounds almost identical to the one they did, which is kind of just a bit weird. But yeah, I thought I'd do. There's quite a few. There's some where it's a bit more subtle, but there are quite a few where they just completely just did
Antonio said that he's off to Scotland in a few days, lads. Next time you hear
Good
from
luck.
me, I'll be there, you fat and bastard, yeah.
I think it's this one. Hold up. I found another one here. I think this is the other one, which you'll be quite shocked at, Duke. Hold up.
Holding.
Yeah, that's. There we go.
You
Anyway.
find it, and I'm gonna go grade some papers.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll
you
give
can
you next
email
week.
it to me.
Yeah, I'll
Duke,
email it to
I
you.
just want
Or
to
get
read
to me
you
next
before you go that Edwin
Okay, real quick.
Birdsong guy.
Yes.
The top comment on that YouTube video is "My whole life is a lie."
As that is a good top comment.
There we go.
All right, guys, have a great night.
You
Thank
too.
you for doing the stream, Chinny. Thank you for coordinating the show, I suppose, hosting Stu.
Okay.
And sending the speak pipes. And thank you, everybody, for
Yes.
listening. Bye.
Bye.
Dutcher
Chinny.
says bye as well.
Bye.
Bye. Chinny.
Yeah.
What have you got to do tomorrow? Just checking.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. Something very important you need to do tomorrow. Very important. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take too long.
Oh my god.
Just saying. Do you want me to do it, or are you all right doing it?
Yeah, I don't. I just forget.
I know you do. That's
I
why I'm
just
reminding
forget.
you
It's
now.
not
I
the
know.
task. It's just I forget.
Normally a couple of days you do about fucking Friday.
I know.
Like, I'm at work. I'm like,
my
check whether it's
defense
loaded
was
to show this
I
week.
was working non-stop.
I
this
know
week.
you were. That's why I'm asking you what me to do it.
It's not that doesn't mean I couldn't have done it. That just means my
know,
mind was
I know.
elsewhere.
Put a reminder in your diary to just recurring one every week on a Monday
Yeah,
or
it's not
something,
a
and then
bad
you don't
idea.
forget to do it.
It's not a bad idea.
At 7 o'clock or something when you get home, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it was funny. I'm just like, oh Jesus.
Oh, for fucking sake, you know.
Fucking hell, for fucking talking.
Mhm.
Right, mate, I'm going because I've got to go up for work in the morning. But
Okay.
have a great evening, and I will speak to you next week.
See you next week.
All right, mate. See you later. Bye. Thanks for the
Bye.
game, by the way, today. I really enjoyed it. It was good fun.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Nobody's gone. Nobody's still here. I'm on my own. Pew, pew. I'm playing Simpsons Top Down. Been addicted to it. Why am I addicted to it? I don't know. In a bit, guys. Have a good night, Mike. We'll save the show for the travel up. Nice. All right, well, I guess that's the end of that. Bye.